in the vehicle?
Yeah. Oh my God. I'm at Grace Church Road. I went to Waynesboro to bring this man down to this address. And now he's trying to force his way into a house. I'm afraid to move my vehicle. Just fighting in there.
It's inside the house now?
Yeah,
You have your doors locked?
it's open. I'm in a van.
You need to make yourself safe, okay? Even if you've got to drive away from there to get away from him and close that and lock that door. Do that for me now, please.
Okay, wait a minute.
All right. Hey, guys. How are you guys tonight? It is, hold on,
Wednesday. How y'all doing?
Wednesday.
Where's Adam? He's going to miss it.
I know, right? Like,
Adam.
you know what? He was saving that self for him. He was saving that moment for himself. Or Adam, did you get confused in what we were doing?
I got confused. Sorry.
All right. You want to hear a little something?
And here's Jeff with us tonight, guys. Jeff's
All
with
right.
us again.
Oh, man, my mic's blocking my. There you go. There you go.
I hope Ray Jones is in the house to appreciate that.
Right.
Can you play Smoke on the Water, Jeff? Sing us a song.
Oh, yeah, went over there. I don't want you to give you a copyright strike, though. I don't be careful.
Yeah. I'm very confused on that, actually, because people do covers all the time. And
Right.
it's one thing if it's an original
Right.
copyright. But it's another thing when somebody else does a cover, then that they're creating their own music. It's kind of like, I think, when you do a video, right? So if I want to use somebody else's video and I'm changing up exactly how it is in a sense, and I'm doing my own version, instead of just ripping off somebody's video, then it's deemed different. Just like if you want to do a parody, it's deemed different in a sense. So
Yeah, I don't know what the rules are, but do you get some kind of indication while you're going live? Like you said, a light comes on, says,
No.
you don't, right then you knew you done messed up.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, if you're playing a copyrighted song of somebody's, right? Like, let's say I'm playing whatever, Joan Jett or whoever. Well, obviously, what's going to happen is that everyone's going to go in chat, go, uh-oh, here she goes, because the channel's going to go down because it's basically giving you a smack on the back, and then you have to, like, sometimes it will, like, let you come back into the live, and other times it's like, it basically takes you down while you're doing that copyright. And then if you turn it off, because we were watching his show this one time, Adam, and it was from this jail show or whatever.
Yeah.
And remember, and then we went down during that live because it's like we're watching it on one of like the freaking Law and Crime Network.
Yeah.
Well, what are they going to play it? And but anyways, so it's kind of like almost playing Netflix. You're not going to get away with playing Netflix and that unless you're doing some ultra distorting of how you do it.
If you have a good enough lawyer, though, you can do whatever you
if,
want, right? Isn't that how it works?
Right. If you have a good enough lawyer, sure. Let me just I need to go into my studio here. Because YouTube, let me just check here.
Can I try Joan Jett a little bit and we'll see if it knocks us off the air?
Hold on, give me 1 sec. Yeah.
I forgot it. I was teaching a friend of mine how to play that, and it's gone blank. I've gone blank on it now.
And you're gone blank on it now.
Where's my beatbox? though? I thought Adam, you were going to do.
Adam, where's the beatbox? Adam was all in there too. I'll pull out like
that was not for on air consumption.
You got a pair of spoons, Sonny, that you could play. Oh yeah,
I got some scissors.
She's got some bongos.
I got bongos somewhere. I got scissors. I got a
fork and soda, fork and Diet Coke. Yeah.
Well, it really has iced tea in it, to be honest with you. It's just like
I think on most every Santana album there was a fork and a Diet Coke being played. It was little known musical trivia.
Yeah. Dirty scissors, actually. But yeah, no, thank you so much, Jeff, because we were kind of wanting to test that out too, because Jeff said that when he was on Zoom calls before, that the sound didn't really come through. So there's Ray Jones right there. Did you get that vibe there, Ray Jones? Yeah.
Nice.
You know, I feel like Ray Jones is sitting at home listening to lullaby sounds more like it, like rockabye Ray on the treetop, and he doesn't catch a fish.
I figured Ray is probably trading rare Mariah Carey tracks with Tom Webster.
You know what? I was gonna say it. If you don't say Tom Webster in that sentence, you're in trouble. But yeah, well, I guess we should do some hellos. So first of all, hello, Jeff, and thank you again for joining us. We do know that we're in competition right now with Drunk Turkey Shows doing Kohberger right now. Duty Ron's doing Kohberger. I mean, honestly, it's like it's more like an ocean of Kohberger. That's out there really when it comes to content. So it's kind of like we're like that little fish in the pond going, go burr tonight, guys, go burr. But it's okay because ours is going to be informative too, you know.
That's right.
right.
And hey, Sonny, look where I am for a change.
You know what, Adam? The thing was, I caught the blue, and I was like, something's a little bit different here. So Adam, you
were in a different room last time,
right? Yeah. He's at his own apartment this time.
I'm in my condo tonight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's actually back at home. Anyway, so let's say hi to Mustang. Virgo 22's in the house. Veronica was in the house. Hi, Veronica. Ray Jones. Shelly's in the house. Yeah. We're gonna have to build up the audience, I think here. Yeah. It's a steady 22 right now. Let's see. Streamlabs, you count.
Down to 20.
What? All I had to do was say that. It's probably Fibro going, okay, I'm out.
Everybody's at the food court. They'll be back in their seats in a minute.
Right. Hi, PJ, second chance. Let's see here. Okay, there's Fibro. And, Diane is in the house. We're just gonna have to keep saying names over and over, so it makes us look full. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, Mustang. Oh, don't think I said your name. No. Miss Dog Lover. She's like, I know I should be in bed, but
right.
all I heard. Oh, as soon as I hear that intro, while snorting something. Oh, hi Bismo. How are you doing?
That's a cute dog.
Yeah, because. I hope you're doing better a little bit, Bismo, by the way. Not going to lie, a cute dog, Miss the Onion Rings. Sharon Parker's in the house. Hey, Sharon. And yeah, that's good enough. I think that's about it for now. All right. Oh, there's 22 again, Adam. They came back. They were just teasing, right?
They were like, well, we'll wait till they get into it.
Yeah, right. I know. They're all like, you know what? We know we don't go in before the half an hour points up. You know. Yeah. But anyways, just quickly, for some reason I was thinking, is it Friday
Shelly.
today? What Shelly said. I got psoriasis on. Oh, my older sister has psoriasis. That's the only thing that probably downplayed her ego, to be honest with you. Oh, I don't feel too good while sitting. Yeah, I
That doesn't
really,
sound
you know
fun.
what? I was gonna say, like, I thought that I put myself out there. Shelly's making me look good right now, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's out there right there.
Shelly, we're just as enjoyable standing up.
Yeah. Okay, you guys. So, you guys, in today's live, we're going to be talking about researching Bryan Kohberger. And once again, I want to thank Jeff for making the thumbnail for tonight's live. That was so cute.
Thank you.
What did you say? I said, well, we're going to do Delphi, and then I like type of thing, because you were just like, can I do a thumbnail or whatever? And I'm like, oh, okay, Delphi. Want to do Delphi? And you're like, you know. I don't really know much about it. And I said, all right, you convinced me. Let's do Idaho. And he said, well, what did you say? That's a different horse's mouth or something like that. You said, what did you say?
I was quoting like Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
Said, oh, that's a horse of a different color.
Yeah, that's a horse of a different color. He says.
That's an Adam's wall of a different color.
And then the famous message comes in going, well, I think I should be able to make it tonight. I'm like, no, dude, you made the thumbnail. I switched it.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like I'd forgotten that we switched from Delphi to this, and then it's like
I was thinking you forgot our whole conversation there, and I'm in my head. I'm sitting there laughing, going, but I literally changed the whole thing because
we moved the whole damn world for you, Jeff. What the hell?
Yeah.
Pretty much. No, so because Jeff's working on a project that Jeff.
I'm working on a project. Did you say
project? A project.
One of them projects.
One of those projects. Yeah. And the thing is that he tells me this, and he keeps sending me messages, and I'm like, aren't you supposed to be working on the project?
It was a very distracting day today. I had 2 phone calls. I had, I take the dog out, and I just sit there and I feel like, oh my gosh, I really need to get more done.
Yeah.
And, actually, the people that I work for are good friends of mine too. I'm sure they'll watch this. And it's like, oh, okay. Oh, I see. This is why you're not finished with the project. Like,
Jeff, do you know how many times a day I say, okay, I've got to go do this and that, and then I'm like, Discord, Messenger.
Right. I remember quitting Facebook for over a year. And just before I quit, I remember there was that one day where I spent the entire day on Facebook, and I was like, I gotta get rid of this. It took my entire day. I had like 6 different conversations going on, and I'd respond, and I think, okay, now I can get to work. And boop, there's another response. There's another one. It's like, and you read it, and you're like, oh, I can't let that just stand there. I've got to respond to it. It's debate, arguing.
TikTok is my downfall. And I like to think that I'm researching when I'm TikTok.
You think?
Yeah.
I think I remember having a conversation and going, like, TikTok isn't that beneficial to YouTube. It really is not. Like, and all I see is Adam going, little videos, TikTok. And I'm like, dude. That's really not going to get you the views. But I don't think that's
what's the length of a TikTok video? What's the maximum length?
Well, now it's 3 minutes. They for a while they had a 10-minute option, but they brought it back down to 3. But hey, I had 125,000 views on one of my TikToks. Never have I had that on a YouTube video.
Right. Does it? See, you know what? I guess it's probably because I watch a lot of videos where short videos are very disruptive to a channel's subs, because people that watch shorts. They like to watch shorts. They don't want to watch your whole long arse content. That's what you have your regular subs for. So you're going to get subs because all these people are wanting to watch your shorts. So it's very deceptive. And so I was watching lots of videos of that recently where sometimes they have to delete these shorts because they're just, like this one guy uploaded a fish, this fish inside of a fish. Okay. And although his channel was about fishing, this fish thing went viral. And it caused a bunch of subs and and it caused his whole channel to get disruptive because it's not about those shorts. So people only subscribe because of that particular video, which really isn't a video that he normally puts up. It's about fishing and catching fishing and people that want whatever. That was just happened to be a moment caught on fishing. So he was saying how he had to delete it because it was disruptive to the channel because YouTube really hasn't worked out how to do shorts and bring over the subs with shorts in a sense.
And I don't like shorts either. I'll use shorts for I posted one today because they came out that Keegan Kline in the Delphi case, Keegan Kline decided not to change his plea. There's really nothing more to that story other than to put the information out. So I put a 25-second short out because I wasn't going to make a 3-minute video out of something that I could do in 20 seconds.
Right.
Thing is, you ain't going to make crap off TikTok, and it's disruptive
with YouTube Lives is where it's at. That's what people enjoy. People enjoy lives.
Yeah. People enjoy interacting. People enjoy being able to come in and have a voice or join a show and all that stuff for sure.
Unless you're posting something like the documentary that Fig Solves posted, 2 weeks ago. That's something that, I think has 60,000 views so far. People are going to watch something like that, but for the most part, people want to watch live streams.
Yeah. And honestly, half the time those little TikTok things, especially when it's to do with true crime, are too small. You can't even read them at all. It's like a quick video and you're like, because I remember, okay, so do you remember how we were talking about that debunked video about the neighbor and the one that Martha had put out? Well, you couldn't even read it. Even when I enhanced it, I couldn't read it. So, thankfully.
The one about the audio, that debunked one? Yeah.
Because that's popped back up and everyone's talking about it again like it's brand new.
Right. Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah.
Well, it's not even just so much brand new as much as, no, I still think that audio is part of the thing. I think that whatever. Okay. We literally had the lady on the show that made that video.
That's probably the video I put on YouTube back in January that I've gotten the most comments on than any video I've ever put out.
Yeah. Right. But so yeah,
and when you say video, you mean, so there was you're talking about the video that came from that light bulb camera. And so you had the woman who was the owner of the light bulb and the camera?
No, because that doesn't exist. Meaning that doesn't exist.
But no one has that. The police have that.
They gave it to the police. Did they listen to it before they gave it to the police?
No.
Because I was wondering if they had because once you've heard something, and I'm sure if they were able to hear it, they probably listened to it a bunch of times. So they would be able to say, no, that audio, that's not what I heard.
Well, the audio that Martha put out was a simulation of an actual crime that was going on in front of her house. And she tried, and it just so happened that a dog was barking. Okay. Now in the video, it's a couple of males or whatever, and they're fighting. And the one yells, "Let me up and get off me," and whatever. Well, how interesting. Exactly. So it's not that Martha's Spanish and she doesn't even speak hardly a lick of English properly. And so her translation, but she put on her thing that this was her simulation basically to show you. And it just so happened, of course, that there was a dog in there and let me up, but people still want to twist that around. So it was just her trying to show what it would sound like because she had a Ring camera herself. So she was just trying to give people an example, but people took that, twisted it into the 1122
saying it was the actual audio.
Yeah.
Right.
So as for
how do you get it so that video can be somewhere that's easily accessible especially with something that keeps coming back around. It's like, oh, it's right there on the top of the shelf. Everybody just go there and watch that. But it seems like, for something like that, I mean, I myself was Google searching and trying to find, either to debunk it or to find out what the heck was going on. I do remember, I thought I saw a video, maybe it was a TikTok, where you couldn't read very much, but it was like, here's the test, the camera was here,
yes,
and that was what my memory was telling me. This was like a similar type of recording.
Yeah. Well, exactly. And I just put out a video the other day of it when Adam said, hey, it's going around on TikTok again. Okay, let's debunk it again. Because, the thing is that, okay, there's people out there that want to create that type of stuff and talk about it, get their clicks and views off of it, and then there's people like us. It's like, okay, it was a fake. I mean, not a fake. It wasn't even a fake. It was a sample. She was trying to show what it sounded like. And then, so it becomes off the shelf to me, because it's like, okay, because you're not trying to keep out the fake news about it, like that's not the real audio. Like, you're trying to just be like, shut up, people, quit trying to ride off of this thing. Either you're really dense now, because everyone knows that is, well, I shouldn't say everyone, because honestly, not everyone, but the news has covered how it was debunked, that they spoke to the neighbors of the video with the blue house with the light. They spoke to them, said, no, that's not the audio. Martha came on the show to say that it's not the audio, so it's out there everywhere.
But the audio that the affidavit talks about, is that audio they're talking about, is the actual audio from that camera on 1126?
Yeah, 1112 or 1112. Yeah.
Yes.
The house right next to it, right? The blue house?
Yes.
Okay.
But the internet, as far as we know, the internet doesn't have access to that. The police have access to that, because, unless they're frigging idiot neighbors, you're not going to, unless, you know what I mean? Unless you're doing it for some other purpose, the police have it. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I thought I heard Lana say that Steve Gonsalves and that had, the mom had listened to it, because she totally said that. But I don't know, because I went back to the interview and I didn't really hear that part, so unless I missed it. But anyways, regardless, that video is a whole separate entity of something that nobody that we have ever come across or has that. The police have it.
I'd be interested in knowing how that camera works, because it sure seems to me like if I've just done something and I look up at that house and I see the camera, taking the camera is what that camera's recorded. I'm assuming is somewhere in the cloud. It's not like
it's motion based, and I believe a cat set it off.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah. Cats do that. Cats don't like crime. They don't like crime.
Cats don't like crime. They're probably talking about the people.
Animals are always solving crimes.
Yeah.
Right? And phones. Yeah.
Well,
and phones. I like Chromosaurus.
Two things I love.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. Yeah. So let's get back on topic, guys. Oh, we have 26 people in here now. Time to start, I suppose. At the 23-minute mark. Where's
Sandra? Is that what you're gonna ask?
Yeah.
I read your mind. Yeah.
Sandra,
I was just thinking the same subject, same thing. Where's Sandra?
Yeah, Sandra, do you need another spanking again tonight? Come on, Sandra. Tell us to hurry up. Let's go. Come on, people.
Get to business.
Yeah. So I'm just going to show a quick video. It's just about 2 minutes long, and then we'll get back into our actual topic of researching Bryan Kohberger. All right. See you in a minute. Dude, I got to find it first, though, I suppose. I think it's this one. Yeah, is that the right one? Come on. Yeah, this is it.
Maria, I'm going to have her start putting those in.
What words they put in her mouth instead of what she actually believed. And what she actually knows happened, with her own words, not words that were shoved in her mouth, So, yeah, her attorney is pretty upset. She's pretty upset. But at the same time, she knows that, she can be a huge help in this case. So it's not like she's identifying somebody she didn't see. It just didn't play out necessarily bushy eyebrows. She saw bushy eyebrows, and was able to 100% identify him, It's just initially when, detectives and feds came in and took over the scene had been contaminated so bad.
Bryan Kohberger made his first court appearance in an Idaho courtroom on January 5th after he was accused of killing 4 college students 2 months earlier. Leading up to his appearance, social media users began sharing Reddit posts that they claim were written by the suspect. The posts say, "I am inviting you to participate in a research project that seeks to understand how emotions and psychological traits influence decision-making when committing a crime." The poster identified himself as Bryan Kohberger, and the posts were shared in subreddits like ex-cons and prisons. So, let's verify. Did Bryan Kohberger write the posts on Reddit asking for help researching why people commit crimes? Our sources are court documents filed in Leda County District Court in Idaho, DeSales University, and a review of Internet Archives of Reddit using the Wayback Machine. The posts on Reddit appeared in June and have since been removed from the platform. Prosecutors introduced an affidavit written by Moscow, Idaho police, which confirmed the Reddit posts were made by Kohberger. Using the Wayback Machine, we were able to look at the original post. They included a DeSales University email address for Bryan Kohberger. DeSales confirms Kohberger was a student there until 2022, where he earned his bachelor's in psychology and a master's in criminal justice. So, yes, Bryan Kohberger did post on Reddit asking for help researching why people commit crimes.
Oh, well, imagine that, Adam. Imagine that we found Jeff. What a good man. Thank you for joining us again on this night as we talk about Bryan Kohberger and the survey that he put out there on Reddit. All right. You're welcome for that, Jeff.
Thank you. That was
That's
awesome.
why I was asking for that music. I was going to put that to it, and I was like, that song Hero came into my head.
I didn't expect that at all. Didn't expect
Little toss in there at the end, you know, good old Canva. Gotta love Canva.
Right.
Yeah, do you ever use Canva, Jeff? Just about to ask you.
You know, I did a project not too long ago that I had to edit, and they had a graphic that they had done for the event, and they were going to use it on their there's a panel, and they had a bunch, and they sent it to me, and the fonts were different, and they wanted it to all the words to fly in, but everything they gave me was all compressed into one. So they said we can just go to Canva, and Canva was not working for me. I ended up having to like figure out what fonts everything was and recreate it by hand.
So it was a headache.
And you know, yeah, everybody feel for me. That was rough. And then I got paid for it, so it was okay. It was all right in the end.
All right. So let's see here. So you guys, well, you know what? Let's see here. So we're going to be talking about. Actually, Jeff, I'll just let you explain actually what we're going to talk about, just because you know you're the one that kind of thought about what our topic was.
Yeah, I mean, this was thought that came to mind was that, you know, when I read those questions in that survey, I mean, I don't know, is it just coincidence that they're so eerie? And it seems like maybe it's one of two things. Maybe is that like these are just standard questions. I often wonder if you think of them as just standard questions, are they those so weird and standard that they made Bryan kind of go, these are making me think a little bit, or you know,
yeah.
Or on the other hand, did he get the opportunity and they said, hey kid, you want to write up these questions, you know, for this research thing? Because it's a 3-person team, right? That on the research project, and I mean, I'd be curious to know if it, you know, if they came directly from him, and if they came directly from him, the things that he was inquiring about. I mean, it sure feels to me, I'm sure, like to many people, that it's like, teach me how to do this crime that I'd like to do.
Right.
And part of me wonders if it's also not only just teach me how to do this crime, but hey, by the way, I'm studying, I've been doing this, I've got, got all this education in this. It's cost a lot of money, cost a lot of time. But the thing that really is intriguing to me is the criminals that we've been studying. You know, that's where my interest is. And I can't get my mind off of it. And I stay up till 4 a.m. and cleaning. And I know my neighbors hate me downstairs, but I'm just cleaning, and I'm imagining myself cleaning, imagining myself covering up, you know, a crime, you know, maybe that's why I'm up all night. I don't know. Drug related. I don't know that either.
Is that why you wanted to go into this topic tonight? Are you feeling like you need to commit a crime?
Am I feeling like what?
Like you need to commit a crime? Is that why you're interested in this topic tonight?
Oh no, I can't even think of a crime that I'd want to commit.
Are you sure? Well, I feel like the way that you attack that taco.
Oh, how about you guys? I mean, I don't want to leave, just leave it on me. I mean, what crimes are you considering?
Well, crimes of passion, first and foremost.
Right.
Husband will agree. I don't know. Jaywalking. I'm considering doing jaywalk. Oh wait, I've done that.
Big stuff. You're gonna do serious time.
I can honestly say that I can't actually, I've never thought how I could maybe, take someone out and get away with it. I mean, there's people in this world that you come across that you wish that they would get hit by a bus or something like that someday, or wheel somebody's wheelchair out into, right, Michael, into a, road or something like that.
Right.
Oh, hey, Mark, how are you? But, I can't say that I've literally sat there and go, has that ever entered my mind? No. But
I do know one thing though. I mean, the only crimes that I can think of, sometimes, my stickers aren't current on my car. And as I'm driving, my inspection, I think there was one time where my inspection was 9 months past, overdue. There was even one time a long time ago, I took a pamphlet and stuck it up under my windshield wiper to block the sticker. And in Arlington, Virginia, I was going this way, the cop was going the opposite way. Did a U-turn. What's that? Oh, he did a U-turn. Pulled me over, and he saw the thing. He's like, do you think we haven't seen that before?
Do you know what, Jeff? Do you know what I'm thinking right now?
What?
That I don't know after what you just told us if this live can actually stay up. I'm gonna have to consider the ramifications by YouTube.
You might need to turn yourself in there.
Oh, really? No, my stickers are current right now. I'm good. This is
but the guilt.
This is past stuff. Yeah. No, but what I was going to say too, though, is that when your stickers are dead, you are the best driver on the road because you are very observant of everything. You see every police officer, and you obey every. I mean, you're the best driver on the road, which makes me think of Bryan. How do you get pulled over twice? I'm thinking I got dead stickers. I better drive carefully. What's he possibly got, right?
That sounds like what every one of my pothead friends has ever said.
Yeah.
Oh no! You drive the best when you're high.
Right. You know what, right, Adam?
Well, I'm not saying right. I don't know
that. I am not kidding. And the same with drinking. Oh no, I'm a better driver when I've been drinking. Oh no, I'm a better driver when I'm high.
Oh
God,
no,
right?
Yeah. We do not condone that.
No, absolutely not. At least not on any day that ends in Y. Okay, guys.
Right.
I've got two people that I could tell you about that I won't, but with DUIs. I know two people are very close to me, and they are, oh my gosh, the stuff that they have gone through to just, and still not yet have the license back, and the money that's involved, and oh my gosh, it is not worth the hassle. And I think you get in the system too, and then they don't care about you. You're trying to make everything right. You're standing in line, you're saying, and you're asking, filling out the right forms, but then you're like, they like, well, sorry. We went back to that the Division of Motor Vehicles at least 15, 20 times. Each time we'd go, it's like, oh, the only thing you need is this. All right, we'll be back tomorrow. Oh, now the only thing you need is this. It's like, oh my gosh.
Do you know what?
My worst enemy.
You know what? Only because what's his name? Curtis Fouts. Curtis Fouts' mistress, okay? She was telling me that exact same thing. She knows that there's, a DUI and some things that she's had. And she said the exact same thing. She goes, it doesn't matter how much I'm trying to make everything right. And I've done all this and I've done all that. And they make you believe that, all you got to do is this, and you go down there and then you have to do this and that. And she was frustrated by the whole thing because it was like a circus. Like she said, she's just trying to do everything right. And she realized that she had to, earn those rights back. And then when she did, it's still like a nightmare. And to try to get.
It's like when you go yellow on YouTube, Sonny.
Right. Same thing. Right. I love how this one always made me laugh. It's like, so finally YouTube releases those two videos from 3 days ago. to give them a green light, plus changes the live green after frickin' 4 days, right? So anyways, so I'm just like, I don't really care. I'll release one now and one a few hours from now. At this point, I don't care. It's already been sitting there for 3 days. I'll release it. Then that comment comes in that goes, "You're just trying to make money off of a dead person." Really? So I didn't just make a tribute, 2 tributes for Nicola Bully and whatever. And so you caught me first thing in the morning. I'm like, STFU, get that. Send,
Uh-huh.
then I'm just like, I go back, and there was a couple of those this morning, and I'm just, or a couple of ones where old news, nothing to see here, and I'm just like, dude, you, at least I don't sit there and sit on my ass every day at home, sitting there piling my face out or whatever, send. Then I go back and I'm just like, you know what, block. It's kind of like I have to initially release, because people can be the most ignorant, stupidest morons out there, right?
Uh-huh.
Like I said, you do one thing wrong, they'll come siphon your channel for the information to watch your crap, and then all of a sudden they don't like one thing, and then they'll sit there, and it's like, all I think in my head is, do you spend your day with your useless, pointless life going around to people's YouTube channels going, I don't like the fact that you put this in that, oh, let me go to the next one, I don't like the fact that, take your grumpy ass, go frickin' piss in somebody else's cornflakes. Seriously, but it just, I don't know how people just live to do that thing, right? And I don't usually fall for it, but every now and again, something just sets me off the wrong way, and I'm just like, oh, now you got it coming. And then of course I'm laughing as I'm typing it, because I'm just like, your comment means literally nothing to me, because I'm too busy going, you're the loser that's sitting there writing the comment, that's miserable. Anyways, that was my,
Let him have it.
point. Yeah.
This rant was
See,
brought to you by.
I get comments for in my videos from Lacey that said, Aspen's dreamy. Thank you, Lacey.
Is that what you get? No, I get lots of those. I got lots of those too. I just don't braggadocious about those ones. Lacey has left quite a few more of those ones on mine than I'm pretty sure yours. No competition here whatsoever, but I'm pretty sure. Okay, you guys, let's get to this part of it before Sandra comes in and gives us a whooping. Let's see here.
Sandra's like a big hook, right? Pulls you off the stage.
Sandra's really me. It's just when I'm ready to move the conversation on, I just go under Sandra's account, and I'm like, let's move on.
Maybe it's Fibro's third account, or maybe it's Deb. She got to have the positive one with the negative one. She needs that balance.
Yeah, Mark says, Sonny, tell us how you really feel, right?
Yeah, no, if I could get how I really felt, I would not probably be on YouTube right now, okay? Seriously. YouTube would be like, but anyways, no, and that's me keeping control, to be honest. Okay, you guys. So I'm just gonna, for this particular part, we're just gonna simply, I'm gonna read this, and then we're just gonna go into the questions and discuss them. Fair enough? Fair enough.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Good.
All right. And
because I'll be honest, I'm not that prepared with, I thought I was gonna have more time to look at all the questions and really pull some out. But I think that you just look at a couple and they will start conversation. I mean, they're just like, whoa, what is
Adam? Yeah, Adam, do we really need help? We can just go YOLO right into this. I haven't even looked at all these questions in a long time. So I just like organic lots of times as well, because it's so easy for certain people like ourselves just to talk. It's not a hard thing to do in my life anyway, and Adam's either, and Jeff, yours either. So it will just flow. So we'll just do that, and like I said, we'll discuss it with.
And the questions are numbered, so maybe people in the chat can say just like they're pulling up the McDonald's, ordering something like, "Hey, let's talk about number 7." With a large.
Someone thinks they're in control here.
Oh, and Diana says I can play guitar riffs in between. Hey.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Right. The countdown. Whenever I ask a question to the thing, or whenever me or Adam ask a question, you can just play your little riff in there.
Yeah.
as we're waiting for the answer. So Bryan Kohberger, crime survey questions, Idaho. Idaho, I'll say homicide suspect survey questions. Actually, you know what? YouTube, screw you. Idaho murder suspect crime survey questions. These are questions from the crime research conducted by Idaho murder suspect. Please feel to redistribute which proper credit. Oh, okay, whatever. So Bryan Kohberger, please note that the following survey asks that you detail the most recent criminal offense, whether you were caught or not. In the event that you were not charged, convicted, or incarcerated for the offense, you may still participate in this research. Welcome to the research study. We are interested in understanding how emotions and psychological traits influence the decision-making involved in committing a crime. After completing a series of background questions, you will be presented with an open-ended questions relevant to the most recent crime you were involved in. Wow, this seems weird reading that. And asked to detail your thoughts, emotions, and actions from the beginning to the end. I'm really starting to, as I'm reading that, Jeff, I'm thinking about those poor dead stickers. I don't know what those emotions must felt like for you. Must have been
the what stickers?
Your dead stickers. That you sit on your car.
Oh, on the car. Yeah.
The emotions that you must have been going through and your thoughts.
Yeah, maybe I never looked at these questions and then thought, like, in the light of the, I'll do that for the rest. I'll keep that in mind.
I'm sure you can relate a little bit better now. In order to best understand your unique psychological traits, surveys will be included after the open-ended section. Please be assured that your responses will be kept completely confidential, of course, because they're for you, Bryan. The study should take about 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, blah, blah, blah. So you guys, if anyone's smart out there, me and Jeff and that are trying to figure out what 5781 means. So it's, Bryan Kohberger, obviously he wasn't born May 5th or May 7th of 81. And
I felt stupid thinking that was like a possibility. When you pointed that out, I was like, wait a minute, that ain't happening.
Yeah. But, it could be the end 4 digits of a phone number. Who knows? Maybe the combination to the lock in the thing. Who knows, right? By clicking the button. Okay. So basically, yeah. So let's go to page 1 here. What's on page 1? Jeff, what is your age?
It's 50 something. I can't remember. I always have to look up on I Google like what is my age and then they calculate it.
This is the hardest one on the survey, really, Adam. What is your gender identity? Male, female, non-binary.
I like third gender.
Yeah.
Don't they have a choice on there that says prefer to say and not stop talking about it?
You're right.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Like doing CrossFit or being a vegan.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, I see. They even got the one that says, what sex were you assigned at birth?
Oh, that's offensive.
But I noticed how they don't have prefer not to say.
Right.
Like, yeah. Huh.
Or maybe both.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is your assignment if you choose to accept it.
Yeah. Okay. So we don't need any of this. Okay. We actually don't need page 1. It's pretty pointless. It's like a freaking resume.
Yeah.
Let's go to number 2. Okay, you guys. Let's take this one for real. Starting with group as well. Who here is going to admit to being incarcerated before? Anybody?
Okay.
Yeah, no, I can't. I've never been. I can't help you there.
Yeah, me neither. Anybody in chat that's watching right now that's been incarcerated, or you prefer not to say, even though that's not really an option? Okay. So what age were you when you committed the most recent crime? Well, none of us on the panel have. I wish Deb was on here. She'd be able to tell us how long she was incarcerated for.
Wow. Her my case.
Mustang has been.
I know. Yeah.
Yep.
Mustang.
Yep.
Mustang, do you wish to say what you were incarcerated for again? Yeah.
It's one of those live streams we should have invited other YouTubers to. I know of a few that could have answered these questions.
Yes. Okay. So we got.
I know one in particular, right?
Okay. Let's see. So
Yeah.
we got a few people.
Got a baseball cap, right?
Yeah. Here. I'll put us on to the side. We got a few people here that are saying it. I have Mustang. Grandma Sora says not yet. Perfect. Deb's baseball count. Yeah.
Somebody's gonna say, like, give me 20 minutes.
Yeah. Were you stealing somebody's French fry again, Shelly? Yeah. Was it worth it?
Let me
Mark,
work it.
yes. Mark saying yes. And what about prison? Anybody been in prison? Deb, come on. Just be truthful for once, Deb. All right.
I've visited people in prison.
Have you? What was that like?
Well, it's a small little room and a thick glass.
Yeah.
How is your dad?
Kind of. Oh man, that's good. Hi, Pops.
Just one sec. Mark, did you ever go to prison though? Besides jail, did you ever go to prison? No, go ahead. So you visited somebody in prison, not jail, right? Prison.
Yeah. Oh, you talking to me? You talking to me?
No, I'm talking to you. No, I'm talking to you, man.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's yeah. You visit through a thick glass and it really sucks, and you can't. I don't know. It sucks. I'm. The only good part about it is that you look back on it and you are thankful for the way today is, because today's better than it was back then. So I'm definitely thankful.
Yeah. Deb, I want to teach you something that I learned watching all these homicides. This what's that show that I told you to watch, Adam? Excuse No More, or something, whatever it's called. Yeah, No Prison. Okay. So
yeah, that one.
So when Deb put this comment out there, right, my lip instantly went like this. This is called the hidden lips. Okay. So watching that show, okay, Alexa, wherever you are, okay, I'm learning. So when you do, so I was holding back trying to say something, really, and I instantly noticed that my lips went like this. Really, Deb? Really? So
don't piss Mustang off.
Oh, what did she do? Oh, yeah, but yeah. So when you do this, it's like part one of the qualifiers, because as you're watching this particular show, it stops and keeps talking about, how the person is scratching their neck, baselines, like what Alexa teaches us about all the time. The baseline stuff of people.
Oh, yeah.
Did 6 in prison.
Yeah. Years.
Mustang Sally. Right?
Mustang street cred just went way up.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh, come on, Mustang.
6 years.
Yeah.
For making a threat and fighting. Really?
Oh, did she say?
Mustang said it was for making a threat and fighting. Got 6 years. Am I reading those comments correctly?
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, long time ago. Still counts.
I could go block someone on Messenger. Be right back.
Yeah, Mustang. If you don't see me online, no, just kidding.
Oh, you got charges while you're inside.
Yeah. Okay, well, so yeah, so what category best represents you, your most recent crime? We got Mark there that's talking about a drug offense. Deb that's talking about other. Please explain. Violent offense. Mustang, I'm just going to categorize you there anyway. Oh, I'm going to take the property offense one. Yeah.
I'll take other.
Which one do you want? The
I'll
other?
take other.
Other? Please explain. Yeah. So,
the other is like when you have dead stickers on your windshield, or
yeah, or
parking ticket. Parking
or
ticket.
if you put a big old ton of garbage on Thanksgiving Day at a. Oh, how's that go? I think I'm aging myself or dating myself.
I took the tags off my mattress.
You know what? I do that too, and off the shirts and off the bed pillows because they bug me. All right, come at me, Walmart.
Everybody together say shame, shame, shame.
Yeah. So we got. So did you? So were you convicted of your So thank you guys that are actually participating and actually saying, I truly do appreciate that. Or I should use the word we truly appreciate the openness that you guys do give us when you're, because that's the whole point, right? Because it helps us. Like, that's where I miss Blaine, because Blaine, he spent time in the prison, him and Andrew and that together. So, he would come on here, tell us that side of life. And I'd just be sitting there like, I think all of us were really like, because a lot of us have no concept of what that even entails. And when we did that thing, and then when Blaine said that Adam's got it good, because basically like
I would run the place.
You're a healer. You're a healer, Adam.
Now remember, I would run the place.
Yes, and you would get fed really good.
I will forever take that. Like as like, no problem. I would run the place.
Yeah. Okay. Whoops. Let's see here. What else we got? Were you employed? Were you under the influence of drugs or alcohol? Were you experiencing family issues with your family? Were you affiliated with a gang? Was
number 11 makes it? I mean, you can't help but think about what Bryan said when he was arrested about doing the
was
crime
anyone
alone. If anybody else was arrested.
Yeah.
Oh, right. I did forget about that. Actually, it's been such a while now. Yeah. Mustang. The monotony is the worst. Yeah. Right. I bet. I
think Blaine would say that as well.
Yeah. You ever maybe consider, and you can say it into my messenger, Mustang, but if you ever want to talk about it, in a sense, tell your story or whatever, and come on the live with us, feel free, right? The thing is, people make mistakes. There's mistakes, and then there's people that learn from their mistakes. And then there's doing a crime such as, but even, I get the fact that there's people that's done really bad crimes and, that do have remorse. Maybe it was one that more was an accidental. Sorry, I feel like I'm blurry or something. And so that's kind of when I was watching a show and they said that kind of hit me, that when people maybe aren't on their meds, like how somebody's not properly treated and yet they have mental issues going on, and then they don't have that right.
And sometimes you just need to grow up a little. Like some people make stupid mistakes when they're young, and they mature and they grow up. Some people don't.
I think alcohol is probably often related, I would imagine. I knew a guy from I knew of a story of a guy from Emporia, Virginia, down south. And apparently there was this one night where he was Big Bubba. His name might have been Bubba. He might have even gone by Bubba. But he went into the bar. He took the jukebox and slid it in front of the door, and then proceeded to just kick everybody's ass in there until he got arrested. Good old Bubba.
Good old Bubba. So always got to be a Bubba.
I hope he kept the jukebox plugged in so there was at least theme music going on while this was happening. I'd hate to think it unplugged and it was like, he's like, man, this is not how I envisioned it. It's silent in here. There's no music.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so this next one says, the following open-ended questions provide you with a chance to anonymously detail your experience. Doesn't say another word. Experience committing your most recent criminal offense. Any important actions, emotions, or thoughts should be thoroughly detailed. How was your life right before the crime occurred? Okay, audience. Mustang, how was your life before the crime occurred? Mark, how was your life before it occurred? And who else was there that said that they had? Hey, where's my riff?
Well, I can tell you with me, it was like November was fine, and then the stickers expired in December, so December was different. Then I was
right. You're supposed to have your little guitar. That was mean. I had pork. That was mean. What was mean? Wait, what? What was mean? That was meant. I think she said that was meant, right? That was meant. I had poor prior Impulse. If someone got in my face, I would fight without thinking about it. Was that before or after you were in jail? Oh, Mustang. What about now? Did you learn control? Do. And Mark and whoever else was it? Who else had said that they? Was it Shelly? Was it you? We don't listen at times, Sonny. Good thing you caught us between topics. You think? Remember that one time in the members, I gave them all shit. I was sitting there going on, and they're all talking about freaking, I can't remember, recipes or something.
I know. I was like, Gray Hughes, calm down up there.
It's like, you're sitting there talking and blah, 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 and everyone in the chat's talking about something else. And I was just like going, okay, fine. Like, nobody's even paying attention. Poor me. Just for fries, just French fries. Yeah. Diana, Jeff, if you don't mind. Diana, I think that those are kind of meaning something towards you.
Can I? All right.
Yeah. By the way, we're green, so we're good so far.
All right. Let's see. How about this one?
Look at these guys. Crime, wine, and guitar time. Yeah.
All right, name that tune. We can play Name That Tune at the same time we play the other game.
The thing is that I know usually a song when I hear it to the ear, but ask me about it or like who sings it, I usually suck.
Yeah.
I usually pretty much suck at that. Thank you, Jeff. Well, I'm just sitting there going, you guys are getting it good tonight right here. Okay, for anyone that's watching the live, you guys are getting to talk about whatever you want, right? Cats, whatever, freaking true crime, freaking dead stickers, and Jeff playing the guitar over here.
I don't know if I know Sweet Jane. Who does Sweet Jane? Somebody, Ray is requesting Sweet Jane.
Oh, Ray's a music lover. Deb.
Ray is good taste. Yeah.
Adam, look what Deb's saying. It's. I feel like she's at Denny's right now going, green is my favorite color. As she's drawing, as she's coloring in a project.
It's not easy being green.
Yeah. I don't know what topic you guys are all on about in there.
Wow.
Now,
there's
sorry.
so many songs about.
Yeah. So what song was it that Ray said to play? Sweet Jane for us?
Sweet Jane. I don't know Sweet Jane.
I don't know. You know what? Sweet Jane.
I know Sweet Emotion.
Sweet I think it's Sweet Jane. Mary Jane.
Oh.
Sweet Jane. Yeah, I think that's what that is. Yeah. Quiet, Sonny, trying to hear Sweet Jane. Well, I'm telling you, I'm singing it for you, and it sounds like this. Sweet Jane. Right? It's like, can you make a note to that? Sweet Jane. I see he's changing up the sweet when it's really Mary Jane.
Yeah. Mustang, I didn't know that was your
real Lou Reed. Okay. Actually, one of the guys in my band is trying to get me to get the band to learn the Lou Reed song. I can't remember what it is, but who knows? Maybe it's that one.
Maybe it's Sweet Jane.
That would be cool.
Yeah. I still don't know why these people are talking about colors. Are they ahead of us? Are they reading something on here that I don't know? And let me go back quickly. Hold on, Mark. I think you answered, and got off topic there for a second again. Forbid. Where did Mark's answer go? Oh, there it is. My life was normal, routine, go to work, drive home, blah, blah, blah. Then my shit happened. Okay. So basically, his life was normal, then shit happened, and he ended up in jail. Yeah. I just don't usually end up in jail. It's kind of like my life happened, blah, blah, but no jail time. Yeah. Oh, Adam? Do you have anything romantic, Jeff, to string on your guitar there? Anything romantic for Lacey that came in the door? She has this really bad crush on Adam sometimes. Well, except for when the drunk turkeys are over, then she comes in. Let me just see if the drunk turkeys just ended their life. Is that what happened here? I feel like that's what's going on. Trader, Let's see here. They're still going. They're still going. Respect Lacey then. Respect. She's here.
I can't.
When a man loves a woman. I feel like I need a lighter.
Is that better?
Yeah, that was very good.
We just need Deb here to sing now. For those that don't know, Deb was once the lead singer of a band.
Yeah. You know, Deb, I could play that on my pubic hairs if you really want me to. I could be back up.
Tuba.
No, my pubic hairs. I could.
I think it's a tuba.
I was gonna say tuba. Too far. That was just going the south.
I went too far with tuba.
Yeah. Yeah.
We draw the line at brass instruments.
Get your mind out of the gutter with the brass instruments already.
No, that was really good, Jeff. Though. Okay, let's see here. Did you prepare for the crime before leaving your home? Please detail what you were thinking and feeling at this point. So again, if anyone that's in the our vast amount of thousands watching right now, if you guys see a number that associates to you, just put the number beside it, and then we'll go back to it. Okay. Yeah, kind of like Jeff said there. Deb. That was for Shelly, Deb. That was for Shelly. You guys were just listening. That was your problem.
And you can actually hear the guitar, right? It's coming through clear.
Yeah, it's coming across. Yeah.
I don't know what's up with Zoom. It doesn't work this way on Zoom at all.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it must be the settings or something, right?
I guess Zoom is tailored to have you can have 15 people on a call, so their audio they're cutting the mics on and off a lot. So
you missed the instructions. Oh, they were simple. Sit down, shut up, and just listen. That was the instructions, Fibro. Yeah, those. By the way, those instructions were sent to me by Sandra. Okay, it wasn't me. I didn't make them. All right. So again, if somebody associates to any of these questions, like Ray, the basement, and I'm not sure if there's any basement questions, Ray, but 15, let's see. How did you travel to enter the location that the crime occurred? Okay. How did you travel to enter? Well, after arriving
at WSU, we made that first left, and then we headed towards Moscow, right?
Right.
Basically.
Thank you, Lacey.
Thank you, Lacey. Yeah, actually, you know what? Thank you, Lacey. Today, you guys, by the way, is May 31st. It's the end of the month. Tomorrow is June 1st, by the way. Another month is coming in. And I just said to my husband yesterday, his brother's birthday's on the 12th, and my husband's is on the 22nd, and mine's on the 3rd. Our wedding anniversary's on the 11th, and Adam's birthday's on the 13th. Deb's is wrong part of the year. But this is kind of like obviously I'm a twin as well. So it's my twin's birthday and my niece's birthday. My brother's birthday is July 9th. My niece's birthday is July 15th. It just goes on and on. It's a very compact couple of months for the next couple of months. Usually the other months are okay, but once summertime hits, but yeah, June 1st tomorrow, guys.
Mustang. That's what I call it as well. It's rent day.
You know what? I know. I just wish, okay, guys. I just wish that when people like myself too, who pay rent, and it's like, dude, if you could just gift us a free freaking month at Christmas time, that would be great. Oh, wait, right. You won't, right? Because most landlords are too cheap to do that. Anyways, right. I would just love it I would do that. You know what? If I had the money, I would do that.
You'd need to have, you'd be because we used to live in an apartment complex where it was family owned for a long time. I mean, I think they owned that complex from the 70s, and then they sold it. And then you just saw, it's like, okay, now they don't really care about the tenants like they used to.
I know.
It was a shame to see it switch like that.
Yes, if you just divide your rent by 12 and then you overpay each month for 11 months, then December is free.
There you
You know
go.
what, Adam? You're smart. I never thought of that.
That's
But
like
what happened?
that's what do you call it? Math.
Yeah, I don't like
That's
math.
cool.
Right. Of course, I guess if you moved out sooner than that year, you would just take it off of the thing that you had, right? Deb, if Aspen twerks for Lacey, I will double. Adam,
Deb, thank you so much.
no, she said, if Aspen twerks for Lacey, I will double it. That's what she said.
Not happening.
You're not even gonna.
Thank you, Deb.
That's pathetic. That's pathetic.
Now, where does Aspen come from? Is that because I call you Adam?
It's actually it's a combination of my first and last name, so it's always been my nickname.
I got you. I
What
thought
if-
you might be from Colorado or something.
I'm
Isn't
still
Aspen
on
in Colorado? No, Aspen's where's Aspen?
It's in Colorado.
Aspen,
Okay.
Colorado.
Okay.
I need to trigger one first. Okay, Adam, Aspen. What if Jeff plays you a sexy Slutty song?
Now, Ray, if you double it, I won't twerk.
Ray has a hard enough time paying the $1.99 for membership. All right. Well, Deb.
I actually do have a little bit of a butt, though, Ray.
Go in a twerk form with some music.
Not happening.
Deb, your offer wasn't high enough because remember Adam offered to twerk before. What was it for? $50?
No.
No, you did.
I would not just offer up my body for money.
Yes, you did. Deb knows it. Deb knows it. Deb, do you remember that? You definitely did. You definitely said, I think it was, I can't remember.
Sandra, can we get back to Bryan Kohberger here?
Yeah, you did though. You can't say you didn't because you did. I think it was about if somebody traveled to Delphi. So
We got off at the wrong exit or something.
Deb knows. Deb knows. Okay.
My
What do we
camera
have?
broke.
Yeah. How did you try? No, we did that one. After arriving, what steps did you take prior to locating the victim target, i.e. the person or object? Oh, I like that, the person or object. After arriving, please detail your thoughts and feelings if it was an object, I guess. Why did you choose that victim or target over others? Well, Mustang, I'll have to go to you on this one. Why did you choose to punch somebody in the face? Just random acts of someone looking at you? And I don't know, I'm still curious, just like Delphi, what's the biggest question to Bryan Kohberger? Why did he do it? Who was it? Who was the target? That's really the number one question there, isn't it? Right? Who was his true target? Because again, if we had the information that the police do, we'd know for sure.
I really think sometimes things are simpler than we in the end, I still to this day think it was just, you go driving around that place and you go into that back parking lot, put the car in the spot, put it in park, and you just look forward and you're watching the Maddie show, in my opinion. And sometimes I just wonder if it's just that simple. That's
right.
That's all it was. It wasn't like a vegan restaurant. It wasn't, it wasn't like he saw them at the food truck. I mean, anything. I remember when people were talking about the food truck and everything. I mean, it could be connected, could be wrong, but I think it's like, well, just because that's the only evidence that we've been allowed to have doesn't mean that, okay, it has to fall within what we have.
Absolutely. Often it doesn't.
Diana's asking, Sunny Aspen, Jeff, do you think Bryan Kohberger's questions are good or could have been better? I'm going to start with that.
As I listen to you read them, I'm thinking I'm trying to imagine to myself, are these questions that come from a non-criminal that works at the college, one of the other people on the research team, and this is what they're thinking. This is or is it from a dark mind that is I'm ready to do this. I'll be probably ready to do this next week. But there's a couple things I just really need to know the answers to. Like, what do you do when, or, what if this, or, should you bring a knife sheath or should you not? I mean,
right.
Well, if you're carrying a K-bar knife, you have to carry it some way.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, you can carry it in your teeth. Don't pirates carry it in their teeth and then they swim to the boat, and they climb up and.
Bryan Kohberger's no pirate.
You've checked his teeth. He can't. It'd be slipping out and everything, wouldn't.
I said Kohberger for you, right?
Yeah.
Cole. Oh, he shops at Kohl's. Is that what?
No, I said Kohberger.
Oh, Kohberger. With LTM, lettuce, tomato, mayonnaise.
Yeah. Lacey, you willing to put yourself on cam and twerk for Adam instead? That's what you said. You want to put your Deb's money where your mouth is?
Lacey has my email.
Yeah. Mustang, you still here? Did Ray scare you off? Now, okay, my thing to that is some of these questions, like when me and Jeff and that were talking about it earlier. I mean, as I was Googling them, some of these questions are actually questions off of another survey, just worded just a slight bit different. Like most of the words are the same, but because of how he did his survey. So it's like taking the words off other surveys and then applying them to what he like. So his answers are different, but he used like the same words. Like one was off of an anxiety one. Where I think it was 28. Question 28. And if I bet you any money, if I go to a lot of these other ones where it says to follow the open-ended questions. So to me, those things were used from another survey, but he applied his answers to those and changed up a couple words in there. But most of them are, so that's how I see that. I see that as taking somebody else's, somebody's sentences there and kind of, manipulating it just enough that you think it's your own, because obviously, right?
I
mean, how hard is it to go to Google and Google, some like certain research questions? Because the one that I'm talking about, which is 28, was to do with anxiety. So although almost all the same words are in there and they had different answers for it,
it's much easier to start with like a template to get you going.
Yeah.
I mean, when you asked me to do a thumbnail, I mean, I think I looked at, your previous thumbnails. You start with something somewhere and then just kind of take it from there. I'm sure it was easier for him.
I mean, I was going to say, like, we were just looking at a couple today, and I'll just go back to it just to show you guys. I'll take this one. Will that one come in? Okay, it does. Okay, hold on. Now let me go back out for a second and go to, I'll grab, is it this one? I think this one. Okay, so hold on. Let me go back to here. Here. No, okay. So
can't play it exactly like him, or you definitely will get a,
Yeah, Stairway to Heaven. Yeah, that's a beautiful
song.
That's one of the most, I'm sure that like that's one of the most all-time favorites is the Stairway to Heaven song. It's just a beautiful.
I love Wayne's World. Where he
Wayne's World, party time.
Played in the music store, and they point to the sign on the wall: "No stairway."
No stairway.
Now play Hey Jude.
Yeah, Hey Jude.
Like, denied.
You don't know how to play that one?
To which one?
Hey Jude.
Hey Jude. Oh no! What you know what I know by Beatles song that it took me a while to learn. I can't remember. I didn't mean to be that loud.
Make it better.
How's it going? It's been a while.
Blackbird.
Shoot.
Let me was that Blackbird?
About it. Dang it.
For this moment to arrive.
Yep. Oh, you'll sing it if I play it? I can remember.
No, I will not sing it. But I know Blackbird is one of my favorite Beatles songs.
I'm just making stuff up now.
Isn't that Elvis?
That was a little bit of a song. I can't remember what Your Mama Don't Dance. That's what.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, the only one I'm going to ask you is "Here Comes the Sun" by the Beatles. Do you know that one?
That's my favorite Beatles song, Sonny.
Yeah, "Here Comes the Sun."
No, I used to know that.
You don't know that one? That's iconic. Come on now.
I know it uses a capo and I don't have my son of a. I got my capo right here.
It's one of the. It's
not a good excuse if I didn't have my capo, but it's right there. I just know
songs that George Harrison wrote. He didn't write it. He didn't write a ton of the Beatles songs, but he wrote that one.
Yeah.
How about
Sweet Home Alabama?
Yeah. That's how we sit there at home singing.
Anyway, I just doodle. I tend to. I play in a couple bands as a bass player. So when I'm out playing with my friends, I generally am the bass player, but I play guitar when I'm at home. Whenever I get the opportunity.
Oh, okay.
And one of these days, maybe I'll be the guitarist in the band.
Oh, do you know Skinnerd?
He played Sweet Home Alabama.
Just that one.
Is that one? Well, Ray's trying to say no Skinnerd, please, so that makes me want to ask you more.
Oh, crank it up. I draw a blank whenever I tend to be a noodler. Like if somebody's playing something, I can jump in and play along with it.
Nice.
Look,
see, we need to have a good. Wait, who drinks here? Jeff, do you drink?
No, I'm not a drinker.
No, not at all.
Diet Coke, coffee. That's about it.
Yeah. Okay. You just bored me right there.
I should know that song. Don't drink, don't smoke. What do you?
Yeah. But now, just to ask you though, do you actually have vocals to go with playing or no?
No. I used to sing in one of the bands that I played. We used to do. Hold on. I'm a little out of tune. I'm not going to embarrass myself. No.
Wait, I'm not.
I used to do, Jailhouse Rock was one.
I was going to say that was Jailhouse Rock. Yeah.
It's like walking through the party in the county jail. Down there they began to wail. Dan was jumping and the joint began to swing. Should have heard him knocked out jailbird sing.
Come on, Deb. This is when Deb should be up here.
So,
That was good, bud. You had me like wanting to get out of my chair and dance. I'm a chair dancer. Get me in a chair and I'm just like, I can just see Deb at home.
I've got to figure out the rest of the song. I'd love to if the band that I play with would play something like this, but I love that, and that was like something like that.
Yeah, Deb's on.
Funky music, white boy.
Play the funky music. Go ahead. I can't hit those notes.
Yeah, I'll think there's songs I know. I just can't. I can't remember them. I used to know this Ozzy Osbourne song that would go like this.
Ozzy.
I think of that. something like that, and then it goes from there. Any Ozzy fans in the house?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, yeah.
They play that funky music.
But and then what's like boop, 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 boop. I know pieces of a lot of songs. That's basically.
Could you do the funky white boy for Deb, because Deb donated twice tonight, and yeah.
But I only know that little riff. That's
that's
like
fine.
What's cool about that song? It's you pluck really hard on a Strat. That's what this is a Strat.
Oh, a Strat, yeah.
Stratocaster. It's got that throaty sound.
Yeah.
See, if I don't pluck as hard, see, that's not the same. You got to really plug it.
No. Oh, yeah. Wait, is that the funky white boy song? Yeah.
Yeah,
right?
I learned that whole song and then I forgot the changes, but
I wanted to hear the words with it too again. That was really good.
Play that funky. Oh, yeah. Once there was a boogie singer playing in a rock and roll band.
I can hit those notes if I want to. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, there'll be no glasses breaking over here from high notes.
I'm gonna think that your room is soundproof.
No, but the family's hating me right now. It's like, do you realize it's 11 o'clock and we're trying to sleep? The amplifier I'm playing through right now, which I think is an awesome sounding amplifier. I was walking the dog in the neighborhood, and in front of this house with the trash, it was trash night. This amp is sitting there. And I'm like, no way, this couldn't be trash.
No.
And I walked the dog. I went home and I hopped in the car and I came back and said, if it's still there, I'm going to take it. Brought it home. It had had these little white fuzzy, like cocoon looking things in the back, and cleaned it up really good, because I know my wife was not going to let me keep that in the house with bugs and stuff or whatever that was in there. And I turned it on. I could not believe that it works. And I looked it up on the internet. They said it's like they call it a poor man's Marshall. And a Marshall is what, all the good guitarists just.
Yeah, Marshall's a good brand.
Yeah.
So, it gets, it's got just great dirty, and you get that little, that, how's it go? And then that's why I forget it. But but there's also, what was that one? I knew that. I used to know that one better. I'm embarrassed to play it because it's very rough.
Yeah.
But then it goes. That kind of stuff.
Was that Van Halen?
That's Van Halen. Let's see. Used to know more of that.
Hotel California. I know there's so many, right, guys?
Next time, you know what? Maybe. Oh, Hotel California. I did learn by ear. I took a QuickTime player. Took QuickTime player with the movie. Yeah. With the sound file for Hotel California. Nowadays you just go on YouTube and you can get the tablature and figure it all out. But I took it and just listened by ear. And then if Joe Walsh was watching, he'd be like, dude, put it away.
What I always like, what makes me laugh is when, you get those high notes and as all of a sudden you see the body go.
Or I could do how about a?
Yeah, that's a good one. Enter Sandman or whatever it's called. What's it called? Enter
Sandman.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll keep going with the question stuff. If I think of something, I'll say, hey, I remembered one.
Okay. I know we'll get back to this in just a second, guys.
Oh, I know some Black Sabbath. Who's that? Ray mentioned Black Sabbath. Let's see. And then it's got a cool part that goes so.
Oh, do you know the Man Behind the Mask?
Man Behind the Mask?
Yeah.
No.
You know,
I used to know Man on the Silver Mountain.
No. Remember that song that's like, he's the man behind the mask and he's out of control. He's bad.
Oh, I know the one you're talking about. Yeah, but I don't know that one.
That was no matter what, to this day, that's still my favorite. Like Halloween song.
Yeah, Dio did the Man. Was that with Dio when he was with Rainbow, or didn't Rainbow do Man on the Silver Mountain or something? But you know what I enjoy most? I love when I pick up the guitar, the first thing I usually do is just some kind of bluesy thing where it's like maybe and this is a little lick my uncle taught me back in high school. Here you go.
That's a good one. You know, wait, Shark Dressed Man. Did you do that one already?
Oh, I used to. I was messing around with that just the other day. Why is it gone?
Yeah, Shark Dressed Man. That was another iconic one.
How about
I'm still here.
Okay. Something like that. What did I go full screen?
Yeah.
I make ugly faces when I play. What are you doing?
No.
But so I have a guitar solo on my YouTube channel that I tell everybody about, and everybody I tell, they go look at it, and then they don't ever hit the like button on it. So.
Oh, they don't. Okay, well, let's go back to a little bit of true crime, and then we'll pull out your solo on your YouTube. Okay.
All right.
Just so that people that don't see this title of this thumbnail that you did and go, what the heck is this? Is this Bryan Kohberger, or is this freaking music festival going on here? Well, no, it's a bit of both. So let's do that. We'll do that. Go back to this, and then we'll come back to it again, to your solo on your thing. But make sure you send me the link in Messenger, okay?
Okay. Yeah, let me
just
do that.
Make my life easier. So, you guys, for this one right here, I just wanted to show you that, like, this particular question, which was question 28. So Bryan Kohberger's is here, or the one that's from the survey. A number of statements that people use to describe themselves are given below. Read each statement and then fill out in the column with the number, which indicates how you generally feel. Okay, so a number of statements which people have used to describe themselves are given below. Read each statement, then circle the appropriate number right of this statement to indicate how you feel right now or at this moment. Let's see here. Remember that there is no wrong answers up here. There are no right or wrong answers. Do not spend too much time on any one statement. On that was Bryan Kohberger's on this one. Do not spend too much time on any one statement, but give the answer which seems best to describe your feelings. But give the answer which seems to best describe how you generally feel. Same shit, same pile. A few different words there. Okay, so you can't like tell me that he didn't obviously. Look at everyone. See, now everyone's like Rihanna, Push, Fleetwood Mac. Oh, Fleetwood Mac's beauty for sure. But you guys, we'll have to have like a freaking night where Jeff comes on and he's, you know what? It will just be like a freaking like play licks night or something like that, right?
You know, that would, you know, what would be awesome about that is that would be just the kick in the butt that I would need to discipline myself to learn a song and gosh darn it, remember it too.
Yeah. You can just give me your little playlist of licks and then we'll put that up on screen and then people can go like, oh, I'll take number 22, please.
Right.
Yeah. Anybody else play an instrument? We'll have a live night where you know, you guys can have like a freaking band moment. I'm gonna come out there and play I'll play my recorder. It's too bad I didn't keep up with being in the band myself, you know. Because I can easily learn stuff. Like I went to my grandma's house, man, and I freaking cracked that organ. And do you think that organ was left to me? Okay, seriously, do you think that organ was left to me? That this is the bullshit part. Whenever we went to grandma's house, grandma had the organ in this one room, right? You know, the smelly mothball room, whichever. They're all smelly mothball rooms, but anyways. So I'm the one that would go in there, and I would just sit there. And I would just sit there and look at these books in front of me. And I was about, I don't know, 7, 8 years old or something like that, even less. And I would just sit there, go into that room, and then I would teach myself the notes on how to do it. And so when my grandma dies, I don't know what freaking was in her brain cells. So my grandma dies and she leaves it to my Satan sister, Paula. And that's the older one that we call Satan, okay? And so she leaves it to Paula. And I'm like, okay, did she ever go in the freaking room and start playing the organ? Maybe a couple times. I'm the one that legitimately was in there. So when my grandma died, you guys, you know what, grandma, you know what, I love you to death, even though you were an unfair grandma by every which way. So my grandma is in the hospital and she falls and cracks her hip and she ends up, I don't know, apparently my psycho aunt comes down and somehow my grandma changes her will and that organ's given to her kid instead, right? Well, that pissed Paula off, which made me personally happy because I was like, bitch, if I didn't get it, I'm sure the hell don't want you to have it. And so anyway, so grandma was so fair in how she left everything. She left me, Tanya, and Kenny nothing. She left Paula and her 2 favorite kids and a couple of them across, like the grandchildren. So my grandma decided to pick and choose. I'll leave you this and this and this and this. Oh, you other grandchildren, you know, have a cup of this, basically. Thanks, grandma. You know, who's the one that sat at your bed going to your special?
Cup of this.
Yeah, a cup of that, right? For grandma.
I used to know somebody would say, wait, I got it, dig in their pocket. Wait, I got something for you here. Hold on. Here it is.
Yeah, I know. My grandma was she was a feisty thing. She was like what someone would deem, if they came across my grandma, they'd be like, does that, like, it's like a little gnat going at you. Right, get in my channel. Get in. What are you guys doing? What are you twins doing running around in here? You guys should be outside doing this cleaning and blah 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 blah. Oh, okay, grandma, whatever. Anyways, so my grandma's in the hospital, right? And my grandma, I'm not going to get into the story of it all. Anyways, you know, my grandma's fighting with Paula, Satan, and my twin sister. And I'm going to the freaking organic store every other day, going to the hospital to see her every day, blah, 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 you know. And my grandma's like, I'm not talking to you. I'm mad at you. What for, grandma? Get off your drugs, all right? I didn't do anything to you. Shut up, grandma. Here's your crackers, right? That's pretty much how it was. I'm not even going to lie. Because my grandma would always say stuff like that. And I'm just like, grandma, shut up. I love you, okay? So, like, quit bitching. I'm bringing you your crackers that you love and everything like that. I'm the only one coming to visit you every day. So, whatever. And that didn't count for nothing. Not like I was trying to, but it was just like, really, grandma? So you left Paula something and Wade something and whatever, Craig something and this person something, who are you? Who are you other grandchildren? Anyways, so it's one of those things that my grandma was one of those people you took for who she was. It's either that or you didn't like her. One of the two was going to happen. Because my grandma, she was just a bitchy thing. She'll bitch about fighting in hockey. She'll bitch about the sky's too hot or this is too blue or this is whatever, right? Anyway, that was my grandma. So anyways, needless to say, she didn't leave me the damn organ. That was the moral of the story. But I learned, like I said, actually the moral of the story is that I took band, I took clarinet in school. I could pretty much pick up anything and learn to play it if I wanted to. Whoops. But I just never.
After reading these questions, though, I'm pretty sure you could figure out a way to go with a truck or a van, steal that organ.
It's easy.
Get it.
Yeah. I mean, right? I mean, that's nothing, right? But anyway, okay. So wait, let's go back to the survey still first. Where are we at? That was page 2. We're not on page 2. We're not on page 3 either.
True crime.
What?
I said, true crime.
That's right.
That's
what were we going?
Okay. What was your first move in order to accomplish your goal? Did we read this one? 3. After committing a crime. Oh yeah. What were you thinking or feeling? Whatever. Let's go to the next page, guys. This one just somewhat.
Sonny, quick question for you though. What do you think? Do you think with all that schooling that Bryan did,
Freudian slip.
I mean, he's got all that education, all that money, I guess, put into it all the time. I mean, what is the likelihood that somebody will say, I'm going to throw that all away? Because I've heard some people say it's like, well, couldn't be him. He didn't do it. It's this. He's being set up. He's like, because 10 years into schooling or something. And
Jeff, it's funny you say that because I actually just recently read a YouTube comment by someone, and people are mean sometimes in comments, but this one stuck out in my mind because it was someone coming to Bryan's defense, and they said, Bryan put all of this time and money into his education, and he's going to throw it all away for an overweight girl.
Wow. Over the what? Over the what girl?
Over an overweight girl.
Oh.
I was sickened when I read that. I was like,
wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I was like, you are a piece of shit.
Mm. Yeah, that's quite rude. That's quite just rude and I mean dark and everything. Gosh, that's
yeah.
Well,
let me defend the person that's accused of this horrific crime, and let me throw one of the victims under the bus while I do it.
Right.
Sorry.
Yeah.
But I don't mean to take away from your
and completely assuming what the motive was or who he was after, or if he was after any of them. Just
right.
He could have very well just flipped a coin and that's the house, and this is the night. And
yeah, I was sort of a kid. What's that, Luna? I was the sort of kid who chose to learn. Oh, that must be an instrument. Yeah, that's on my list of things to learn too. But
what about there was that guy that had orange hair? I guess he was a guy who shot up the movie theater.
You're talking about the guy that JLR changed the mailing address onto his address and got in trouble for getting his mail fraud.
Yeah,
really?
James Holmes.
Yeah,
James
that's
Holmes,
who it was.
Right. But that guy, James Holmes, was very, very highly educated, right?
Yeah.
Because he had a notebook that was like sent to the college that they found the notebook and it had like a bunch of details and incriminating stuff, or maybe I don't know if it was like a manifesto kind of.
It might have been. It's been so long. It's hard to remember all the details of that. But he's the one, for anyone that doesn't remember, that went into the movie theater during the Batman
premiere,
one of the Batman movie premieres, and killed several people.
I personally think that Bryan Kohberger was screwed up in the head, that he took all these things because of his fascination with death and murders, and I just feel like that was his primary thing, that's why he took that. So granted, he threw it all away. I still think of him like a Ted Bundy type person. But yeah, like to me, he took those courses and everything that to go with it, and because of that reason, because his brain was like kind of like what he described with the whole visual snow thing.
I see what you're saying. So it was started early on. It's like he was feeling that way, that he wanted to do that, and then studied it.
Yes.
Yeah, that's interesting, because I always imagined that he was studying it and then just kind of like was fascinated with the criminal. But yeah, it probably could go way back to.
I think.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was to say, I was actually even reading. None of us here are experts or professionals in psychology or substance abuse, but I was even reading some correlations between heroin specifically and impulse control. And like if you look at some of the things that Bryan Kohberger, if you want to speculate that he had these impulses before, heroin actually could have subdued some of those impulses. And then when he got clean, it actually could have caused those influences to come back out. That's pure speculation, of course, but sometimes people do drugs to escape things, and to numb emotions and feelings.
Right.
I feel like the sound goes out for a second. I like Jeff's comment to me earlier. I hope you don't mind me saying this.
I was going to say read that, because I thought it was. I mean, it was a brain dump of everything I could think of at the time.
So Jeff sent me this message. He goes, "I feel sorry for anyone that during the wee hours of November 13th, 2022, had bushy eyebrows, had their phone off around 4 a.m., owned a white Elantra, had ever shown interest into BTK or criminology, and was in the area of 1122 King Road, and 5 hours later, and was seen, meaning different time, obviously, was seen putting their trash in a neighbor's trash can, and managed to keep their own DNA out of said trash, yet left DNA connected to themselves just inches from a stab victim thousands of miles away. This person I truly feel sorry for, because they're fucked." And then he's like, and then he was like, "Am I missing anything?" And I'm like, well, maybe about the 12 times that he drove around the house as well. I mean, there's nothing
what?
there
That could be song lyrics right there if I just made a couple of them rhyme.
I was going to say probably a poem out of that, right? But if that, I mean, I don't know what that doesn't really sound like someone that's guilty. I feel like that's just coincidences.
Right.
Being framed.
Bad luck. Just nothing but bad luck.
Right.
Yeah.
Mustang, I agree with you 100%. As smart as he may have been, I think he thought he was even smarter than he actually was.
Yeah. Totally agree. I just, for me, I personally, in my court of opinion, to me, he's guilty as anything, right?
Right.
I mean, do flies like shit? Yes, they do. Yeah,
I personally believe he acted alone. I know we talked about that in the past, but I, from the get-go, thought whoever did this acted alone. I think a lot of the people that are like talking about other people being involved, I think it's just that they want to create more of a story than there actually is.
Yeah.
I think this is a horrific enough story with just Bryan Kohberger being allegedly responsible.
The other thing I think about too is that people say, well, he didn't have enough time. Yeah, if you go with the 9 minutes. I mean, if you think of Jodi Arias, she was very small and she stabbed did her thing with the Sharpie thing 27 times, and then with the pistol. That's just a little person with this big dude. That's one guy, and you can go by the timestamps on the photographs. It's less than 3 minutes that she did this. And if you give 2 minutes to each victim, I mean, that's 8 minutes. So you're you still got a minute left over to park the car walk out. But
you know what? I'm going to dive back into that timeline there, because like originally, what Kind of Adam Says was my actual original thoughts when we were talking about this back in lives, and that. that I thought that Zaina was the one that had said that somebody's in the house. So I'm actually want to go back into that. I only changed that part because of the fact of when I saw that it said at 4 a.m. that she heard a dog playing. So then I thought to myself, okay, I want to go back and revisit that myself, that whole virtual tour thing. And like, meaning like the time, like that time frame area. And just really, like, it's been a long time since I actually put thought into that exact virtual time of, this time, and how many minutes could it have happened in, and, which way did it happen and stuff like that. It's kind of like when you're talking about it and then you kind of almost like going, well, that doesn't make sense. And then it's like, I don't know, like, it's because there's so many different things. It's kind of like Abby and Libby's case, where you try to make sense of the bridge and the timeline before a little bit of the affidavit come out. And every time you got to a point, it doesn't make sense.
I mean, people even talk about, how long, the killer of Abby and Libby had. I mean, if you look at the timeline that's in that affidavit, I mean, it's over an hour. I mean, you want to talk about ample time to do whatever you want to do. I mean, yeah. Richard Allen, if he's responsible, which I believe he is, for Delphi, he had a lot of time. But no, I think Bryan Kohberger could have done in 9 minutes. Absolutely.
Well, we were just looking at the stools yesterday, in the window, and going, okay, so did the police put the stools there, or were
the
they
sliding glass doors? Yeah.
I don't. Those stools weren't there in the very first pictures, were they?
Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
Yeah, they are.
They are in the very first pictures from
Yeah, they are. Because we were just looking at those yesterday. And like, meaning that night, like, I mean, it probably boils like, hey, Drunk Turkey for Daniel made a good thought. And so that thought was,
I know that when I interviewed Jeremy Reagan with CD, I remember he told us, because I was always curious about the patio lights, whether those were commonly on at night, just because I think the darkness gives someone a lot of coverage to come in through that back patio door. But I was curious if those string lights were often on or not, and he said they were not usually on it late at night, because they're on in all the pictures and everything from afterwards. So I think those were turned on at some point, but I do believe that door was probably left open, like was said.
The thing is, okay, so in the on Olivia's of whatever her name is, Olivia of somebody, what's her name again? I'm forgetting it now. Chronicles of Olivia. So remember with the Steve Gonzalez family, he, like the mom says, like, why did they leave the door open? Right now, the only thing that threw me off there is that so the reason why Chronicles of Olivia, right, got chosen was because Kaylee followed true crime, and on Kaylee's, I think do I want to say TikTok? I think it was TikTok. On Kaylee's TikTok, Chronicles of Olivia, she was following a lot of cases that Chronicles of Olivia. So the reason why he chose her, and I guess Bullhorn Betty, because I guess they're friends, and to do that interview was because Kaylee was following.
She followed Olivia on TikTok.
Yes, on TikTok. And Olivia has like 1.2 some million viewer or whatever followers on TikTok. So anyways, so when the mom was, so in the Chronicles of Olivia, when she did that video, she showed, although they were talking about the door, I said to Jeff, and I think I said to Daniel, I'm like, but like, why would she show the front door? When Kaylee's mom is saying, like, why did they leave the door unlocked? Like, I mean, I guess, but like, why did they leave it unlocked? And then but Olivia in her video showed the front door with the crime scene tape, and I'm like, okay, so is that just the fact that she like? It doesn't make sense to me because Chronicles of Olivia is a smart lady, smart woman. So why is she using the front door and not the back sliding door for that picture as she's putting it over? She's clearly using the front door, and it doesn't make sense to me because she's not that stupid that she would, to me, show the front door and when her mom's talking about it versus the back door. Now, we also know that
she also did that interview before Bryan was arrested, remember?
Correct.
It was like right before.
Yeah, but in saying that still, the whole consensus is that regardless, he still went in the back door, the sliding door, like that was the consensus. But remember, we did hear about the front door being open and
right.
that.
And I asked Jeremy Reagan about that because he walked his dog the next morning at like 9 or something, 9:30.
Oh, okay.
And he said, I mean, he said he couldn't, he thinks he would have noticed had it been open. He doesn't think it was open at all because that is something you would notice if you're, walking out the doors just wide open.
Right.
Especially in November.
It really depends, though, because there was that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, CD, buddy. Nice to see you, dude. But the thing is that there literally was an unconscious person outside in the front on the ground, and it was said that it was Maddie, and that's why Kaylee's mom said, well, Karen got a phone call, but so Kaylee was dead. Kaylee was told that they were dead by a shooting originally, like a shooting. But Karen was given a phone call, which is Maddie's mom, and she said, and that she was on her way down thinking that Maddie was the one outside, but it ended up not being Maddie outside. It was obviously Dylan or Bethany. One of them was unconscious. Somebody was unconscious out front there. I remember Kaylee's mom saying, like, when the news turned on, there was like something about somebody on the ground unconscious, and that's why she went to talking about Karen, meaning Maddie's mom, because they thought it was Maddie that was unconscious at first, but then come to find out that Maddie's life ended up being taken as well, that it was one of the others. So there's a few things in there, like those stools a little bit. The stools, that one we can easily kind of probably like, oh, my point back there was Daniel said, well, because me and Jeff were talking about the stools in the back there. Well, Jeff brought it up and we started talking about it, and then Daniel was on Truth and Transparency, and so I just seen him look at his message, and then he started messaging me about the same time that we were talking about this conversation, and I was like, well, like were those there? Did the girls do it? And then Daniel's like, well, I mean, not necessarily, but like, why would they use stools that could possibly be contaminated from the crime scene? Which made sense. Hey, McDougall-Tree, right? Like, meaning, like, Jeff, in all fairness, right? Those stools were there. We saw them in the virtual tour, right? They were used we know that they were at least used that night or something or whatever it was. Because
although when I look closely on that virtual tour, it looked like the stove was like not the actual stove to me.
Right.
Like it was a 3D
It was
object.
silver.
And I was wondering if those stools were 3D objects in there too. It's just they put them in there.
Right.
Just like they did the Good Vibes light and stuff. A few details to.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is kind of, I hadn't thought about that. What you're saying is that the stools would, could be contaminated. You wouldn't want to be, like if you're the police, you wouldn't want to say, okay, we need to block this door. I just grab that over there, and those stools, and let's put them here and put our fingerprints and whatever else and contaminate the thing.
Well, because Daniel made a good point of that. And I was like, you're like, because he was a cop for 5 years or whatever. So, he made a good point of that. Oh, which reminds me, let me just bring up this. Oh, no, I already got that picture in there. Let me just quickly show this picture as well, guys. So this is the Idaho. Jeff sent me this earlier today too. Jeff, I believe I have seen it, but it was quite a long time ago.
Oh,
It's
that's when
on
the house had the garage. Is that what that picture is? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's when the house had the garage right here. You guys 1122, and it
Yeah, I had
had
never seen that picture before. That was interesting.
yeah, just to see it in its actual way, and then so that's why it's kind of like, oops, like the door changed, and obviously that garage isn't there no more. That it's kind of creepy when you think to have a door like that nowadays, for sure,
Yeah.
eh?
It looks like it looks like they leveled off that like the whole parking area, so it doesn't have that slope as much. If anything, it sloped up a little bit.
I was gonna say, right? Yeah. Here is, I think I had closer ones, but I'll just bring those in. Oh, do I already have those in here? Oh, okay. Apparently I already have those in here as screenshots. Yeah, I guess probably because I was looking at them. Okay. Oh, those two stools are over there, Jeff.
Oh, so they've got quite a few stools.
Yeah, I think they had 4.
Yeah,
it's an interesting way that they're laying there. Because in my memory, I was thinking like it's the actual leg that is up against like each of the window, but it's the part where you sit on is what's blocking the right side and the left side, which doesn't seem very secure. So maybe they weren't actually blocking. Well, maybe they're just thrown there.
No,
or
I think that they're blocking. Well, I don't know. Because I think that the leg, I don't know, you're right. Like, meaning I'm taking it that one leg, because, anyone that owns a door like this, I don't know about you guys, but we always had a piece of wood that we would lay down because you never trusted those type of doors because you just had to kind of lift them up and slide them, and pretty much they were pointless to have a lock because they just didn't lock that well. Like, so you just had to kind of go
right. If you didn't interlock them that way, they would you could if you pushed the door hard enough, you could, if you put like the part you sit on end to end, they would slide and you could actually move them. But because they're interlocked, it would keep the door from actually opening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so weird because I had the pictures that I had, but anyways, guess I took those ones out. But regardless, I mean, this picture is not the best picture I have. This one, I was trying to think of the ones that we had sent yesterday, but close enough regardless, and then because we were just kind of thinking like, were those, I don't know, just when I heard about the front door, and then you like, it's like those little things that you kind of forget that you heard. Okay. Like for instance, right? Like in that video of Chronicles of Olivia, when they're talking to the family, of Kaylee's, they talk about the whole Sam thing. Remember that, Adam, that they talk about, who is Sam, like from that video, who is Sam? And it was basically about, I think, what's his name? Jack and whatever, getting back together. And because Jack was the roommate of Adam. Pardon?
You mean Adam?
Yeah, like, remember in that video where it says, what they say, whatever, Adam, and then, but in the Chronicles of Olivia, when Steve Gonzalez brings that up and he says, well, that was Adam, Jack's roommate, and he said that, like, what did you say to Adam? That was because, like, they were talking about getting back together and something about, talking to Adam because Adam and Jack are roommates, and that's what that was about. That right. Like, but I'm just saying that it's like those little things that you kind of forget that are out there. Okay, you know what?
Well, isn't it amazing too that conversation can mean like, oh, it's a conversation about just a relationship, possibly getting back together, and then other people you listen to, oh, that was one of them was the drug king, and what it's like the extremes that conversation can be turned into. And part of me thinks like if that was a conversation about drugs, or if they were fearful that, oh my gosh, you have upset the drug lord. I mean, I'm thinking you would be able to see it in Kaylee's dad's face as he's talking about it. If he had any inclination that conversation, he would be like, okay, we've learned that the conversation is about something very dark and sinister, and it's about drugs. He would be doing what he kind of did in the beginning. He was kind of like saying, he kind of wanted the police to be doing more, or at least letting him know more information. I think if he had any inclination that was something dark and sinister, he'd be like, look, you got to know something about the area and the drugs and, I don't know.
Yeah.
Just again, it's simpler. It's always simpler than in the end than you thought it would be. It's not the guy in the grassy knoll. It's Lee Harvey Oswald in the school book depository. It's a good shot.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Bonnie, how are you? Yeah. Just quickly, Jeff, because I don't know that I'm going to play both, but which one do you want me to play out of those two videos you sent?
You know what, though? The second one I sent is actually funnier.
Oh, do you want me to play the second? Oh, yeah. That's one with the little animal in it, right?
Yeah, that was a video that the band that I was playing with, it was during coronavirus and everything. We couldn't get together.
You mean what?
Yeah,
I mean, you didn't say that.
Sorry, did you just say that?
Oh, am I not supposed to say that?
No, not at all. No.
That's my aunt's name.
Algorithm doesn't like that.
Oh, right. Yeah, Karina.
I have an aunt named Karina.
Yeah.
No, but we couldn't get together, and so the guitarist he made up a little song on the guitar, recorded it, sent his part to the drummer. The drummer added his part, and then they sent it to me, and I added the bass part, and put it all together. And then I threw in some little animal sounds that I thought sounded kind of musically appropriate for the song, and to just make it funny.
Okay. Well,
that's what we did. That's what we did instead of getting together like we used to weekly. Yeah. It really sucked to not be able to get together.
So it's intermission time. This is about 4 minutes and something long.
And I shaved my head too, because I figured, I couldn't get a hairstylist. I could even Adam. I didn't know Adam yet, but no hairstylist, available then. So I shaved my head. And then when they said we're going to do this video, I was like, oh, geez, I got to put a hat on. I never wear hats.
And keep your eye up here in the right-hand corner as well. It's just a multifaceted video. Okay, let's do that. We're going to play that now. Make this bigger. See you back in like 4 minutes.
1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, and there you go. That was great.
That was excellent.
Yeah, I love the little sounds in there, sound effects. Yeah, that was great, you guys. That's CD.
Thank you, honey.
Yeah, that was Jeff. That's from Jeff's YouTube channel. So he's been doing a few licks throughout the live, and hit us up with a couple more licks there, Jeff.
All right. How about
Hey Jeff, how about You Got a Friend in Me?
from Toy Story?
Well, I was just meaning it as you guys. Jeff doesn't know it yet, but I'm sure he'll be making quite a few more appearances on our show.
Man, I used to know. I'm drawing a blank on all my AC/DC, or like.
Well, like I said, regardless, like we'll do another live at some point where you can.
That's the one I tried earlier, and I forgot it.
No, like a record machine.
Something like that. Now I'm just noodling on scales. Noodling on scales until I remember something.
Do you know? Okay.
Wait,
oh yeah.
So there's that.
Thank you, Jack. Yeah, you guys, and I mean, I know Jeff, do you want me to put out your channel? Like, I know you don't.
Sure. You know, I mean, I don't really do anything with my channel yet. I've thought maybe about doing something with it. I have like just little videos that are, you know, just little personal things for me. The only thing that I have one video that got 20-some thousand views, and it was the video of the Bethune recreational vehicle video of Gabby Petito's vehicle they saw in the campgrounds. But that thing was so shaky, so I took it into After Effects, and I motion stabilized it and motion tracked it and made it very steady. And after I did that, everybody was talking about how you can see the door closing on the van. But after I motion stabilized it and looked at it closely, it's like not only can you see somebody closing the door, you can see somebody entering the door and then closing it. But I hadn't seen it or heard anybody talking about it until around that time that I was doing that. I did that video and put it out.
That video is like 10 seconds long.
Is what?
That video is like 10 seconds long.
The one that I posted?
The 10-second one. Yeah, this one.
Yeah.
This
Is it the one with like 20-some thousand views?
Yeah, that's the one. It's like 10 seconds long. Okay, you guys ready for this? Let's play it. Let's play it. Hold on. Gotta go back and find where it is.
Jeff, copyright striker.
Yeah, Jeff. Jeff, if you copyright strike me.
Oh, that would be.
Okay, hold on. Let me play that.
Did you see him entering in the?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, you can see him right there. Like you can see him legitly right here, like right beside the right side of the door.
Zoom in, Sonny. Zoom in.
How can I zoom in? You can zoom in.
Actually, there's another video. It's only got
your phone,
559 views, but it is actually zoomed in. I did one zoomed in.
Yeah.
It's the only other Bethune video on my site.
Like you can see him. Can you guys see him? Right? Hold on. Is this the biggest it can go? Hold on. Sorry, my bad. Is that what you meant, Adam?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you can guys can literally see him to the right side there. Like you like legitly just see him. He's right there, little fudger. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna end again. Blurry spot, but you guys see that he's like when you're playing.
It's funny if you can play that other video, you'll see it even clearer. I even put a circle, a highlighted circle, showing the, where to look so you don't miss it.
Okay, let me just quickly I gotta go back to your channel. Give me 1 second here. I'm on a different thing. Okay, hold on. Nope, that's not what I want. I want to go to my history. And I want to go back to your... Hey, there it is. Okay. Okay, I'm just going back to your channel. 1 second. And it's in the...
It just amazes me sometimes that these criminals, they think they've thought of everything, but then there's like this one thing, like Timothy McVeigh had a license plate problem on the car or something, or, you end up with a tail light out, and that's what does them in.
Yep.
Yeah, right, exactly. Okay, so this one's 50 seconds, Jeff. You're spoiling us.
You overlook you overlook the small details sometimes when you're focused on the big picture.
Fyro. Okay, so this one's 50 seconds, guys.
You see how it was kind of thick and black at the beginning. You can see that somebody has just entered the door. That smudge on the camera is like in the worst place. It's like
I know, right?
all around. I see. It was 50 seconds because it repeats over and over again. That's what I was thinking. How could it be 50 seconds? What an amazing discovery, though. I hope they got something for that, or were treated well, or I'm sure that it must feel good to know that they, how they involved themselves in it and what a big difference that made.
Mm-hmm. I remember seeing the video and seeing that you could see the door shut, but I didn't know up until this point that Bryan Kohberger,
the other white meat.
Yeah, that he was legitly there. I seen the door close, because again that video's got the bad blur there, but you can totally see him right there. Yeah.
Shelly, that's from the Gabby Petito case.
Yeah, that's Gabby. Yeah, Gabby Petito. With the one with the whole burn letter and stuff like that, and
burn after reading.
Yeah, I mean, Linda from It's a Crime, which I don't really watch anymore. I used to watch her, but I don't really watch her anymore. But I happened to click on a video that she did. She actually did a really good video on the, I gotta start doing like that at the intro where she's like something like, what's her name? What's the mom's name again? Laundry, Roberta, and she's
Roberta.
so Roberta Laundry, you got to and like that dramaticness. I think we need to incorporate that into our videos like that.
I had to explain the whole burn after reading thing to my parents because they saw it on the NBC Nightly News or something.
Oh, did you?
And they were like, "Oh, did you hear about this letter?" And my dad got everything wrong because he was trying to remember and I was like, no. I was like, this is what happened. I had to break it down for them.
But anyway, but she did do a really good video because she was talking about the bird and the symbolism and stuff like that. And, but anyway, she did a really good job. So if you guys haven't checked
who is that you're talking about? I think that's the one I saw last night. Yeah. What's her name?
It's a Crime, Linda.
Linda. Yeah. Because it's the bird. It's the same bird that's on the cover of the book that he had with him on the trip.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
That was a really good video.
That was on the letter and stuff like that, and blah blah
Roberta.
Blah. Yeah, I know. Remember, just kind of like Brian's finger.
We'll go out here and look for our son. Oh, 10 minutes later. Oh, here he is.
Well, now I wonder, when did the Bethune video come out, and when did the Laundries have their little camping trip when Brian got back?
Right. It was within a few days that they went for
because it makes you wonder if if they were on their camping trip and the Bethune video hasn't come out yet, you got to wonder on that camping trip if they're saying okay, well, I'll go get the shovel, we'll drive all the way back out there, and we'll just make sure that that's awful. Puzzle pieces.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to think because I remember the whole camping thing and that video. I mean, he went camping right away, didn't he?
When he came home, they all went camping.
It's been too long now.
Yeah.
They literally went for, it was his last hurrah, before he took off there. But it's I don't know. No, I think that I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know which order that happened.
I'd have to go back and look at that, to be honest with you. Yeah. But yeah. I'd be curious about that too, actually. But regardless, just like Bryan Kohberger, Brian Laundry, you're such a freaking liar. Roberta Laundry, you're a freaking liar too. Sorry. It's just honestly, like I said, come on. What tragically happened before that Roberta Laundry felt like she needed to. Adam has a mullet. Yes, Adam has a mullet.
I need a haircut really bad.
I know a good hairdresser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, what did that sound? Is that the Joe Dirt? Is that what that cut is called?
I don't even know what you call this at this point.
Yeah, right. Okay. You guys, only because you remember this is this live, people are gonna go, what the heck? If people they're gonna go
I know
this is an ADD show.
What'd you say, Adam?
I said I know I actually need to get going pretty soon. But I mean, I'm good for right now.
Ever since you took over these babysitting duties, I've never heard you say that so much as I hear you say it now. Okay. So
hey, I'm at my condo tonight. Maybe I have plans.
Oh, right. Okay.
What was that comedian that had that sketch about the guy who left the party early, and then he was the next day he's like, "You should have hung out, man. You should have hung out." All the good stuff.
Right. Does she work in Adam's salon? Right. Okay. Let's see here quickly. Go back to this. So over the past 2 weeks, how often have you been bothered? Isn't that crazy? We just go from music until Gabby Petito right back into Bryan Kohberger stuff. No problem, guys. We got this. I'm not even I don't ever put in timestamps. I'm sorry. I'm too lazy to even remotely think about that with our lives. If our lives, no, I still wouldn't do it probably. Maybe one day, you guys. Maybe one day I'll actually put in timestamps. I never think to, but this one would give me a brainhead injury thinking about it. Anyway, so over the past 2 weeks, how often have you been bothered by any of the following problems? You guys can feel free to put this in chat. Anyone feeling nervous, anxious, or on edge in the last past 2 weeks? Anybody at all? Anybody? Okay, I'm just going to raise my hand. Maybe a little. Okay. Yeah, just a little.
You know what would be really interesting is if any of those kind of like the list of 7 symptoms, if any of those are connected to that visual snow stuff that apparently Bryan experienced. That would be it'd be like if number 8 was like anyone have visual snow.
Right, I'm amazed you didn't ask that in it too, right? Anybody have visual snow issues and still wanting to commit homicides or whatever? Anybody?
Number 8 is like, anybody have a K-bar knife they would willing to sell or
yeah,
recommendations.
Deb, I feel like this next one really hits home with Deb on this one. Not being able to stop or control worrying. I feel like that one's going to hit home with you. Deb can never stop worrying about us, Adam. She worries about us.
Because we can barely get through the day without her.
I know. That's definitely our mommy. I'm the rebellious child. Adam's like the mommy, she did it. She's the bad one.
Like number 5 is similar to like, what I would imagine Bryan, then the neighbors say that he was always cleaning in the middle of the night and running the vacuum.
Right.
And
Jeff, Deb would not approve of what you just did there. Please stop. You literally skipped when I was talking about 2. You went right to 5.
Oh.
Being so restless that it's hard to sit still. Yeah. I don't really have that.
And number 7, like look at number 7.
Oh,
I think, actually, now that I think about it, I think all 7 of these are pretty much just describing mothers in general.
Yeah. You know what, Adam, you are so right. Mothers and wives like myself here. I could probably check mark off every single one of these. Well, except for the relaxing part, because John from Crime Scene Courtroom knows full well that I can hold that bed down really good. I have no problem relaxing in bed with my iPad whatsoever. Thank goodness for those things like that. My text.
Well, actually, with what Adam said, then now we have to ask: is the DoorDash driver? It was female and a mother. I mean, you have to include that now.
There we go.
Sure. Do on our next episode.
DoorDash driver.
Yeah. Adam's interviewing the DoorDash driver. Jeff, you're on panel and got in trouble. Lisa's like, my answer is yes, and all the days.
Right.
Okay, so these to me are kind of like the anxiety question ones, but yeah, I think that was actually underneath the same. Oh, okay, not at all. Several days, more than half the days, nearly every day. Well, Lisa gave, Lisa was like in there like a dirty shirt saying like nearly every day. I'm gonna say for myself. Yeah, I'm going to say more than half the days. Yeah, more than half the days. Yeah. Okay. Over the last 2 weeks, how often have you been bothered by any of the following? I think it says problems. Problems. Okay. You guys just feel free to express yourselves in however which way you want, but little interest or pleasure in doing things. Who's suffering from that right now? Anybody? Jeff, do you have any problems, little interest or pleasure in doing things?
No, I should be doing the things that I'm supposed to be doing, but very, very easily distracted. That's for sure.
Adam, which one are you honing in on there?
Oh, I was just going, you said you read one. So I was like, okay, well, there's one.
Well, anybody feeling you, Shelly? Shelly is? Okay. Feeling down, depressed, and hopeless? Lisa, that question obviously falls in your days. Did you hear my husband? He's like, what the fuck is that Mac 10 running at me?
What did he say?
He's playing a game and he's like, what the fuck is that Mac 10 thing running at me? He forgets how different whole pitch. Trouble falling asleep or staying asleep or sleeping too much. Oh, hand raised. Hello. Look at it. Yeah, Shelly and Fibro are, sitting there. Oh, Lisa. Feeling tired or having a little. Well, that's me all the time, to be honest with you. Yeah. Yeah.
Like Adam said, I'm 4 years old.
Yeah. 4?
I'm 4
Feeling
years
tired.
old.
Yeah. That is Adam right there, to be honest with you. Yeah, feeling tired or having. Usually every message comes back going, yeah, I don't know what it is today. It's just crappy and raining outside, and I'm just feeling really tired. And yeah, what up, crew? Hey, 100 people, how are you?
Yeah, either Adam's 4 years old, he's single.
Yeah.
Single.
Adam, I don't feel like number 5 is your issue.
Where's the ring? Where's the ring?
A poor appetite or overeating? Adam, no.
Poor appetite.
Yeah. Or overeating.
Yeah.
No, I can't really fall into
All 5.
Yeah. Feeling bad about yourself, that you are a failure or have let yourself and your family down. Oh, I better scroll that out a little. Nah, forget it. Yeah, feeling bad about yourself or that you are a failure. Ray, do you have anything at all? Anything, Ray?
Ray doesn't feel.
You know what? Ray would have to have a heart, first of all.
Right. And I'm just putting these fingers up. I don't feel these things.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, trouble concentrating on such things such as reading the newspaper or watching television. Absolutely not. Who the heck reads a newspaper or watches television nowadays? Okay. And if you do, get with this century, because reading a newspaper, okay, who does actually do that still? Can't say I do. Really? That's that. I don't watch TV or read a newspaper. Ooh. You guys are still here, can't sleep. Oh, hey, Jazz, how are you? Let's see. Moving or speaking so slowly that other people could have noticed, or the opposite, being so fidgety and restless that you. Adam, do you feel like you're going through all these symptoms?
So far?
Okay. I mean, I think that they could apply to pretty much a lot of us too. If we were all truthful with ourselves. Thoughts that you. Thoughts that you'd be better off dead or of hurting yourself. Oh, well, that one just went freaking through.
Kind of a downer.
I know, right? Kind of. Yeah, I mean, really, I guess you would end off with that one, but I don't know. Fibro, Shelly, everyone, they keep saying me. Yeah, me. Any more me's going on for that one? Nope. No, of course. Denial. Gotcha. The slowly part. Okay, wait. That was that one. Okay. And this one says, maybe we'll end off with your last video when we end this live here. The one where you're just like, it's a video, but you're playing your solo.
Oh yeah, it was a backing track I found on YouTube, and I just put a guitar solo on top of it. But that was the first time I ever recorded a guitar solo where I did multiple tracks, so it sounds like 2 or 3 guitarists at once.
Oh, okay, but it's not a copyright thing, right?
No, other than it's a backing track by it's a guy's got a YouTube channel. His name is Chus Backing Tracks, but I gave him a lot of credit in the video. I put the name, and I even put links to his channel. And
well, it's more that YouTube AI, if it catches something, that's all. So it is from somebody else's thing?
I know. Well, I was going to say there was a guy, another YouTuber. He's a guitarist, incredible guitarist, and he actually reviews or critiques your work. And he one night on his live stream he did that song, and I don't know if that means anything other than could that mean that he doesn't care about being demonetized or whatever, or
maybe he's not monetized. I don't know. Yeah. If you're not monetized, it doesn't matter.
Is that what you're? Well, the copyright strike, I guess, is just like a
copyright strike.
I know I got a copyright strike. There's a video on my YouTube channel of a turtle that laid eggs in the backyard, and I put that Stevie Wonder song, "Isn't She Lovely," to it. Yeah. And that was the first time I'd ever seen like, hey, copyright issue. And it's like, oh crap, what have I done?
Well, there's a difference between a copyright claim and a copyright strike. Okay, a copyright strike
can get your channel actually taken down.
Oh, I see. A claim will they'll run commercials during
right, like if that song's on here and it's whatever, it will give you a
copyright. You can't make any money off of a claim, but a strike you can actually lose your channel from.
If you have 3, yeah, you can. It takes 90 days. I've had one, but it was taken back by the person, which was Curtis Media, because this one day everyone was stealing his, videos. He said so, and I'd only used like a little piece in it or something like that, and I'm like, anyways, I talked to Curtis Media on the thing, and he's like, yeah, when it comes back, I'll just retract it, which he did. But had he not have, that would have been like 90 days before it goes back or whatever.
I do remember when that guy was critiquing it at one point. He was, well, he said that these are very much dad licks. And I was like, this is what I wanted. I wanted an honest critique. But then he said, if this gets any closer to Hotel California, I'm going to get a strike. I mean, there's similarities in feel, just the.
Gotcha. Yeah.
But I don't think it's,
Yeah. Well, I mean, when you put the video out, did you get any sort of copyright to it?
Not on this one. No. The only time I ever had any issue was just that Stevie Wonder song.
Well, if you don't have a copyright claim, then it means it's fine.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, like a copyright claim. Yeah, it would show it if you would have had it on there. But anyways, okay, let's go back to this quickly. So instructions in this questionnaire, you will read about 5 situations that people could encounter in the day-to-day life, followed by the reactions of those situations. As you read each scenario, try to imagine yourself in that situation, then indicate the likelihood that you would react in the way described. So 26, please answer as accurately as possible. After realizing that you have received too much change at a store, you decide to keep it because the sales clerk doesn't notice. What is the likelihood that you would feel uncomfortable about keeping the money? Okay, there's a good question, you guys. How many of you guys would feel uncomfortable about keeping the money? If a store clerk gave you
too much. I know me personally, I'm going right back and making it right. I don't.
No, that's not what I would do. That's not what I've done. I've done both. Yeah, I've done both. But nowadays everything's freaking like debit and stuff like that. I distinctly remember a while back, I got the sweetest deal ever. I don't know what the guy did. And I was like, dude, let's get out of this. Like to my husband, okay, let's go. Me and my husband both, okay, let's go, before he notices that he's screwed up. Yeah. No. Wow. You know what? It's one of those things. That one, to me, those ones are neither a little bit here nor there. It's kind of like
I probably got fired later, and so it's okay. It's
for every time I've been
another job
ripped off, by McDonald's and them not giving.
I would have so much guilt.
Yeah, I don't. Right?
I would have so much guilt.
Would you? Yeah.
Yeah. I checked out at Target one time, and I got to the car, and I had a 12-pack of. This was back before when I used to drink soda. And I had a 12-pack of Diet Coke on the bottom of the cart that I didn't pay for.
Yeah.
I, to this day, have anxiety when I walk into Target because I'm afraid they're going to flag me and be like,
facial recognition.
He didn't pay for that 12-pack of Diet Coke 17 years ago.
Yeah. Like I said, I've done both. I don't feel guilty either way, what type of thing. I mean, I feel sorry for the sucker that rang me in wrong somewhat, but honestly, at the end of the day, there was like a person, like a regular person, but when it's like a big store and stuff like that, piss off, Walmart. I don't give a shit if the lady gave me back the wrong change. I usually don't notice it, to be honest with you. Like I usually never notice because I would have to pay attention to literally my items and literally the amount. I never do. I literally just, okay, thanks, tap my card, off I go. I never notice if I get ripped off by prices or not. I'm really bad at that stuff. And if somebody does hand me back change, well, back in the day, you would count back change so you didn't make the mistakes. Nowadays, these young ones are too freaking lazy to even know how or have the brain power to actually count back money. They just literally go, here you go. And then, here's your money. You count it back. That's where you catch your mistakes. And right. So, And so when people, they just do this nowadays and you just sit there and just take it and you don't even know, and there's sometimes you catch it if it's a bigger mistake on their part. But I've had it where I've given like, oh no, you're giving me too much money back because she's young, stupid. And I don't want to say stupid, sorry, but she's young. They don't know how to count back change. And it's just like, oh, no, you gave me too much. Because I do feel bad for her because she's obviously doesn't know how to count back money properly because they're not taught that stuff anymore, and they should. That's the way you catch your mistakes. Simple as that. Maybe they are told to do it still and they just don't, but back in the day, you always counted back your money. That's how you found your mistakes. It's
my first job was like a cashier at a drugstore. And I remember back in those days, we had to calculate the tax by doing actual math. We had to take the total and then you had to figure it out. Now, they did have a printout to help you. You could kind of take your finger and go along. It's like, okay, right. Right, 57 cents tax. Yeah. But yeah, you get to the point where you count it back. And then my grandmother was a waitress. And there was this grumpy old guy that was a regular there. And he was just so grumpy and would always give her a hard time. And he had dropped a $50 bill next to him on the floor. And she just scooped that right up. Never said a thing.
Yeah. And then he lost his home.
Yeah.
And then she relieved herself of guilt by telling me as a little kid, we got $50 from Mr. Schultz. Let's go shopping.
I feel really more bad about stealing bazooka gum when I was like freaking 6 years old.
Oh,
I remember we went into the store.
I'm sensing a pattern here, honey.
What?
I'm sensing a pattern here with you.
Yeah, I stole freaking some gum because you see,
to analyze your behavior.
Yeah, please do. Because me and my twin, isn't it pathetic? I was literally 6 or 7 years old. Mine and my twin's best friend, she was a freaking kleptomaniac. She would, meaning she literally promoted you to always yell. And you're and after a while, you're going, well, because we were paupers poor. So it was almost like you were ooh. If she's always getting away with it. So anyways, I to this day that memory sticks in my head. That's probably one of my biggest remorses, that I stole freaking double bubble gum, guys, bazooka gum, double bubble, big deal, right? I mean, nothing, but yet that one sticks in my head the most, because I haven't done those things most of my life, but I have stolen a few times in my life. I'm not going to sit there and preach like a nun, because I wasn't, but I wasn't bad by no means. I remember stealing Smurfs for my mom for Christmas. Me and my twin and friend all went in there, and we had those jackets, at the end, guys, the ski jackets that have the bottom. And we just went in there and we just kept going, oh, that's a cute Smurf drop. Oh, look at that little cute drop. We had about 50 Smurfs by the time we left Sears. Not even lying there. Moving along moving along. Okay, I was young. I think that most of us have probably done something we're not so proud of. I haven't done very many, but
your security is on it right now.
I know, right?
Fred, get out of bed. Hey, we just got a tip.
Right. I mean, if I can't really compare myself to Bryan Kohberger, though. Let's see. You secretly commit a felony. What is the likelihood that you feel remorse about breaking the law? Okay, so I would feel remorse there, obviously. I don't, go to my way to break no laws. So you secretly commit a felony. What is that? Of course I would feel guilty. I wouldn't even do it in the first place because I would feel guilty about doing it.
Right.
I don't know. Okay, you guys aren't going to take that one, huh? Okay.
With each of these questions, I picture Bryan, coming up with each of these questions or asking them out loud with the group. And at the end of each one, appending it with asking for a friend.
Well, I was going to say, because this is the next one, number 3, is the one that somebody made a comment to in the comments of this Reddit posting. And it said, at a coworker's housewarming party, you spill red wine on the new cream-colored carpet. You cover the stain with a chair so that nobody notices. What is the likelihood that you would feel that way, that the way you acted was pathetic? ? That is such a strange sentence.
That is strange.
Yeah, what is the likelihood that you would feel that the way you acted was pathetic? Okay. I mean, that's a weird...
Is that asking would you have remorse, or?
Yeah, it's a weird word to use for
would you be embarrassed that you couldn't own up to it?
It's very judging of the person coming up with the question to the person, the people that are going to ask this.
I would clearly pin it on someone else that was at the party. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I would actually just stop being friends with that person and never go back to their house.
What would you do, Jeff? Honestly, if you did that, what would you do?
Oh, we'd be probably renting a rug cleaner the next day from Home Depot and something like that.
Yeah, I'd be sitting
Who
there.
spills red wine? Loser.
Yeah. Right. On a cream colored carpet, even. Anyways, that's definitely not the word.
Control yourself.
Because the word is you would feel shitty. If you did something like that, you'd probably feel shitty that you did that to the person. I wouldn't use the word pathetic. I'd use the word like feel bad, feel shitty, feel whatever, not pathetic.
Unless that's what they're trying to, in the study, they would be trying to figure out if it's connected with, extreme shame and
right. I mean, this obviously thing is geared towards, a certain thing. So you lied to people, but never find out about it. What is the likelihood that you will feel terrible about the lies you told? But they never find out.
They never find out about it.
Yeah, I'm not going to feel bad because I don't really like to tell lies. But if I do, I'm not going to care because it's probably nothing of any value anyway, to be honest.
Right.
It's part of the 12-step program, though, right? You'd have to go and confess what you've done and make things right. And so maybe it wouldn't come around till that time.
My problem is I'm too honest to lie, lie,
I don't like it.
I mean, everyone does little white lies here because maybe they're trying to spare somebody's feelings or, whatever. But
right. Come to think of it, going back to that carpet thing, it's not my fault you have carpet. Get hardwood floors.
Right. And it's not your fault the wine was red and not white.
It's your fault. You said, throw me the wine.
You chose cream colored carpet, not my fault.
Right. Deflection at its finest, narcissist, right? Out of frustration, you break the photocopier at work. Nobody is around and you leave work without telling anyone. What is likely that you would feel bad about the way you acted? So you break the photocopier at work, guys. What do you think? How would you feel? Can't say I'd have too many emotions about it. I'd probably
that one I'd feel bad about.
That one I would leave work. It's not, I mean, if I broke it, I probably might.
Were you sitting on it? Like, what? Right? Who's breaking the photocopier at work?
Right.
Yeah, were you photoing?
Yeah.
How do you break it?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh well, IT has a new job problem tomorrow.
Yeah, that one doesn't reach such a high level. That's like clogging the toilet at the office. So you gotta tell somebody.
Yeah.
I'd be more worried about that.
Wait, let's see here. 1 second. Oh my God. How have we been on? It's your fault, Jeff. How have we been on 2 hours and 41 minutes, Jeff?
Right. You said it would be an hour, right? Isn't that what you said? You
were making me feel. You were trying to make me feel guilty for saying I had to get going.
The next question is: if you told somebody the live stream would only last an hour and then it went 3 almost, would you feel bad about it?
Nope, not our fault. You believed us.
Yeah. Let's. Okay, hold on. Let me just take a look at this last one for a sec. On a scale of 1 to 5, how much would you agree? I'm good. Are resisting temptation more? Some of these other ones I'd like they're nice to talk about actually with people, to be honest with you, because meaning besides us, meaning people that are all those 34 people that are watching us right now. But I think we're gonna finish off actually with those and not finish going through all those because that will take too long. It's already 2 hours and 42 minutes. Jeff has stuff to do. Adam needs to get going. So we'll just round it up, I guess. And then, like I said, we'll leave playing your that music on we'll do that in a sense, leave that playing. And then that will be kind of like the, good night, everybody. Good night, John.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Thanks so much
So anyway,
I appreciate that.
So at the end of the day, just to sum up, the Bryan Kohberger thing with the, all the question things. I mean, I see. Yeah, I'm done. Yeah, my eyes are killing me. But yeah, I don't know. It's like they're not too strange. Like to me, they're not too strange. Like not if you work in criminology and stuff. Good night, Mary Ellen. Yeah.
Good night, Sharon.
Who's saying good night? Good night, everyone. Good night, John Boy. Good night.
Good night. Good night. Good night, John Boy.
Let me just let's see here. 1 second. I'm just I keep getting my thing mixed up here. Just going. Need to go back to your channel here again.
Was it?
Maybe we'll have to have a part 2 to this where, you know, we don't have guitar, we just read the questions. We go through them.
Right.
I think we were all just wonderstruck by your talent there, Jeff.
I appreciate that. You know, I really am seriously thinking that part of, you know, even setting up this particular camera, the thought of maybe doing like guitar lesson videos and, you know, that kind of thing on YouTube.
Yeah,
it's definitely something I'm really interested in.
You should.
I'm not getting any younger. These fingers work today, you know, on the guitar. They may not later. So
I know.
You know, I encourage anybody that's got working fingers or, you know, have the ability to pick up an instrument. It's not, it takes a lot of time, but it's not that hard. Once you get some of the basic understanding, look at me. I mean, I can hardly really remember any songs to even play on the spot, but I'm just happy to be like, if I come upon some other musicians playing something, it's like, oh yeah, I can jump in with you.
One second here.
Oh man, I really can't think of anything.
No.
Man, nothing. As soon as you stop the stream, I'll be like, hey, how about this song? How about this song?
Well, I was gonna say we're gonna get off here anyway. I got your thing up there. I want to thank Deb and Lacey for your super thanks and super chats. Thanks, super chats. Yeah, almost forgetting what they're called. So thank you to Lacey and thank you to Deb. Sorry that Adam didn't work and you still gave us.
Hey Deb, thank you for both of those donations, and Lacey.
Well, thanks to Twerkin. Just got back from Peru. Hi, Moon Shadow. Everyone be thankful you live in the USA. I'm thankful I live in Canada, actually. Be thankful. Just got back from Peru. Everyone be thankful. Yeah, it's a whole different territory out there, eh? Moon Shadow? Yeah. We'll call it Northern America. I'm just glad to live in Northern America sometimes, eh? Okay, you guys. So I'm going to play this, and then basically that's kind of like the outro. So listen to it if you like, but good night, everybody, and we'll see you.
Thank you, Lisa. I will definitely come back soon. Lisa says come back soon.
Yeah. Jeff will be requesting
most deaf.
All right, you guys take care. Let me just pull that up. Actually, gotta find your thing here, and I think is it in the playlist as well? Like besides being here, because when I open up this one, it goes big.
Well, that's the one right there in the big one with the guitar picture.
Yeah, I know, but is it in the playlist here?
Well, click on the title of it where it says "Guitar Crying" in the. No, I don't really use playlists. There it is.
Yeah, anyway, well, no, but this one when I open it up, it takes up my whole screen.
Oh, but click on the title where it says "Guitar Crying in the Wilderness," and then it'll bring it up in your standard.
There we go.
Window. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
That is big.
Yeah.
That's a photo of mine too. I do photography too.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
The blue, would you believe the blue is a cream-colored carpet, actually. No wine spilled on it, but it's got a blue light shining on it.
Oh, okay.
It's
Okay,
out of
cool.
focus, so.
Yeah. Anyways, so
Take
thank
me
you
with
so
the
much,
camera that's
Jeff.
pointed at me right now. It's what?
What? No, I know. I was just saying thank you so much. We're going to play this out now. And
Alrighty.
yeah, thank you so much for joining us again tonight and all your different licks that you were doing and everything. It's just, you know, like I said, a YOLO type live, eh? It's got a mishmash of it all. Yeah, it's entertaining, crime. Anyways, okay, so we're going to play that out, guys, and we'll see you on Friday's live, whatever that's going to be about. Not sure yet. Alrighty. Do, 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 do. This is Sunny Justice and Aspen Connor from It's a Crime and Shame, wishing you all a good night.